All righty, welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. NBA free agency is about an hour away. That is when free agents legally can go and sign or agree to terms, as we are still actually in the tampering period. But moves are going down today. And in today's show, we're going to be breaking down what's going down across the association from every single angle. And we're definitely going to keep our eyes peeled on Leon Rose, the New York Knicks, and if they are going to make a move. So stick with us. Hang out with us for the next couple of hours, or we're going to be ripping and running on the channel today, keeping you guys in the loop on everything NBA free agency. What's going on, everybody? How are we feeling? Let's have a day today. Let's have a day. Let's get the comment section going. Let's get a real one roll call down in the comment section. You might ask yourself, Marshall, what's a real one? Well, one, if you got to ask what a real one is, you're probably not a real one, but I'll explain. It's someone that loves the New York Knicks. It's someone that bleeds orange and blue. It's someone that loves getting their daily content from New York Knicks Now and rocking out with myself and producer Patrick Seatman. I'm seeing some real ones down in the chat. Shout out to Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete, I hadn't seen you in a while. What's going on, man? Knicks Galaxy, William McConaughey. John Borelli says, don't take Donte from my Warriors. Unfortunately, Borelli, Donte DiVincenzo, I think, is a New York Knick. What up, Dokta? What up, Fabian? Fabian says, who is here from the main page live stream? We support and love Chat Sports. Fabian Williams. That's love right there, my man. Levi's the best is in the building. Zach Anderson, BX banging, New York repping. Love that. Shipmaster Kyle said real ones in the chat. Yes, sir. Oscar, Steven, J Liv, I am Jules, Zach Anderson, Ariel, Jet Life, 4 Life, BSG, Frosty, Nick, Antoine, Ariel. Borelli said, yeah, he gonna get your... I like Donte DiVincenzo, and we'll break down DiVincenzo and if it makes sense for the New York Knicks. King James says James don't want James Harden. That literally does not make sense. So let's work on that. Jay Liv said the gang's all here. Yes, it is. Jonathan Martinez. Joe says, have you heard of any possible returns for Obi to Indianapolis? We'll actually get rolling here on some rumors around the NBA as I want to bring on my right-hand man, Seeps. What the hell is going on, man?
I'm fired up, Marsh. One of the best days of the NBA calendar is today, especially that first hour of free agency. I predicted it. I'm going 5:23 Donte DiVincenzo signs with the New York Knicks. I'm calling it 5:23 on that dot.
5:23 on the dot is when you're calling it, huh?
Yeah.
So 6:23 Eastern, 5:23 Central Standard Time. I would be shocked if Donte DiVincenzo is not a New York Knick today. As the chat is rolling, my man Levi says, Marsh, do you think we should sign Trey Lyles for Obi Toppin replacement? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Let me know who you guys want the Knicks to sign. Name a player that is an NBA free agent that you want the Knicks to sign. Give us a name down below. We'll be talking about some free agents around the corner. But first, I want to give a huge shout-out to my man William McConaughey with the first super chat of today's show. William, we appreciate you, my man. He said, real one. I mean, when you join the real one roll call with the super chat,
that's elite.
That kind of sets you apart from all the other real ones. So, William, thank you, sir. Thanks for hanging out with us on Knicks Now. We're going to do our best to keep you up to date on everything starting the Knicks. I know this, Seeps, we're not missing a move. No. If a move happens, we will have it on the show.
No, yeah, we're going to be breaking it all down. Plus, we're just be covering other news from around the NBA today. As we did kind of get a little report out of Chicago about maybe a Zach LaVine trade to the Knicks. Might not be dead, and we'll get into all that soon. But, Marsh, this is our Super Chat menu for today. We are giving away a New York Knicks Real One t-shirt. And then also the MVP of today's show, Marsh, they get to pick out a Knicks jersey.
Yeah, so if you are the MVP of today's show, you get to pick a player that is currently on the roster for the New York Knicks, and we'll send you the jersey. Myself, Seeps, we will sign it. We will sign it, and we will send it to you if that's what you want. The MVP, whoever sends in the most in Super Chats today, you are going to be winning a New York Knicks jersey. Myself, producer Seeps, we will sign it. We get a $100 super chat. We'll do a shot fund. You'll also be able to join the Hall of Fame board. And if we get to 500, I'm doing a beer shot fund. And I'm glad you're going to this tweet right here, Seeps, because how do you say it exactly?
Joe Cowley.
Joe Cowley, who covers the Bulls, said sources just told me that the Bulls continue taking calls on Zach LaVine, not making them, and asking price remains astronomical. Little has changed since February's trade deadline. He also said, Seeps, the Knicks have long pivoted off the guard, game of chicken by AK.
Yeah,
who is their general manager, right?
Yeah. He's president of basketball operations there. I don't know why the Knicks would completely rule this out yet. Or is this maybe a game of chicken by both of them?
Yeah, I think it is a little game of chicken by both of them.
Yeah, but apparently the Bulls have an astronomical asking price for LaVine. I'm assuming their original call to the Knicks was like, we want Barrett, Grimes, 3 picks, like set the bar up high. And maybe the Knicks just kind of said, we're not talking to you anymore. But I don't know, this is interesting.
Very interesting. Something we're definitely going to monitor. Maybe the Zach LaVine trade is dead after all. So, Joe, he's really tapped in with the Bulls. If he tweets something about LaVine and he mentions the Knicks, you might want to take it seriously. As we did get another super chat from help me out, Seeps. What do we got here?
Acapulco trade rumors?
Acapulco trade rumors. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the program. Thank you for the super chat. He says, 3-way trade, Paul George to the Knicks, Harden to the Sixers, RJ's gone, book it, baby, let's go Leon. So I actually tweeted something out yesterday. I got in a little NBA trade machine, and I had literally this exact same trade, except I had Julius Randle going to the Philadelphia 76ers. So it was Randle to the Sixers, it was James Harden to the Clippers, and Paul George to the New York Knicks. And I said, who says no? And there was a lot of people from all fan bases who were saying no. So that was kind of the point of that tweet. I'm keeping my eyes on a 3-way trade with Harden going out west and PG coming out northeast.
I feel like especially with all these massive contracts now and just how hard it is to get a trade going, like I feel like we're going to see more 3-team trades this year than ever before, like especially with the new CBA.
And in the new CBA, you have to remember, like in the old CBA, Seeps, let's say the Knicks were trading for Zach LaVine, right? And they had to get to that $35 million in cap space to match that salary. Once you get to a certain amount of money over the salary cap, you can't put players together to match that salary. It has to be this player's worth 35 and this player's worth 35 to make a deal work. Yeah. So there's definite big trade implications on the new CBA. New CBA is definitely going to be tough for some of these GMs and teams, and the way their salary cap is looking for them to navigate about how to make moves, no doubt about it.
Definitely.
This is electric. My man Nick DiVincenzo. Nick DiVincenzo in the build, new profile picture.
And the name.
And he changed it to Nick.
Yeah, all right.
I like that, DiVincenzo. Welcome, DiVincenzo. Hope you're having a good Friday, my man. The glasses with the hat right there, dude, save some for us. Save some for us.
This looks like a New Year's Eve going out type of pick right here from Nick.
I agree. Mr. DiVincenzo, thank you, sir, for the very generous super chat. As always, you're always showing love on the channel. Seeps, what do you make of the idea of Paul George to the Knicks?
Paul George, okay, listen. The 3-and-D, like I feel like Paul George is one of those guys. You could say he can fit into any offensive system. But I think with the Knicks and what they want to do, he's just an upgrade from RJ Barrett. Like a huge upgrade. Like defensively, catch and shoot, getting to the rim. I think it would fit well. It would obviously just come out with what the Knicks have to give up. And obviously the injury concerns are a real thing. As Marshall, we might have an early race or an early leader for MVP.
We do have an early leader for MVP as Nick DiVincenzo comes in with a $50 super chat. He says, big day today.
Big day today.
DiVincenzo, it is a huge day today. I literally, in my tweet, where I tweeted out the video, I said, be great today, Leon Rose.
Be great.
Be great.
Have yourself a day.
Do something today that makes the life of Jalen Brunson as a New York Knick easier. That's what needs to get done.
I like that.
Davidov, the Super Chat MVP today. Whoever is the Super Chat MVP, we're going to get you guys a jersey of whatever current Knicks player you want. Myself, Patrick Seatman, we'll sign it out. We'll sign it, and we'll send it to you, whoever is the MVP of today's show. Also, if you Super Chat anything over $5 today, we're going to add you to our raffle. On the NBA draft, we did a raffle for our brand new Knicks Now t-shirt, which is our black t-shirt, which you can actually get right now for 20% off. But if you want to enter the raffle, a $5 Super Chat will get you into the raffle. Or if you just want to support the channel, support the show, and wear some swaggy Knicks Now Chat Sports gear, go to chatsports.com/realknicks. And when you use the code SummerVibes20, all one word, like it is at the bottom of the show, you're going to get 20% off. That's chatsports.com/realknicks. And the promo code is SummerVibes20. You can get the blue one, the OG, the retro, or you can get the black one, and that's the new one. That is the fresh one.
Those ones are sweet.
The black ones are sweet. I'm hoping mine is coming in the mail here pretty soon. Cough, cough, nudge, nudge. Hopefully our bosses are watching right now. As Seeps, my man Davidov is making a huge case. He is making a huge case to be the MVP of Knicks Now Day 1 free agency. Another $50 Super Chat from Mr. Nick Davidov.
Come on, Davidov.
Davidov said it's a big day and I'm bringing my A game.
Yeah, he knows what's at stake today, Marsh. He knows.
He gives me a little bit of Jalen Brunson vibes. The bigger the stage, the bigger the performance.
That is true, because he was big during the playoffs.
Huge. Davidov was a huge MVP in the playoffs. Stakes were high. His production was even higher. Davidov, the glasses, the hat, the suit with no tie. It's just a great look.
And Marsh, the nights or the watch parties where Davidov showed up and he was at the game, I swear the Knicks won every time. Maybe he's setting the tone for day 1 of free agency. It's the big ragu coming to New York. Donte DiVincenzo tonight in about an hour.
That's electric. I'm going to do a little beer shot fun for my man Davidov as we get rolling here on New York Knicks Now. Just lather up the pipes a little bit, get loose. As my man John Borelli is lurking in the chat. That's always scary.
That is always
That's
scary.
always scary, Borelli. We are $350 away from a boot.
Yeah, already.
At $500, I'll do a boot. At $1,000, I think we might have to do a boot race.
Yeah, boot race.
$1,000, we're doing a boot race tonight. Davidov says Donte is on his way to New York City.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Davidov not only is a Super Chat MVP and a real one, the man's an insider.
He is an insider.
He's giving us scoops. My man Nick Davidov is giving us scoops as Peter Wynn is in the building. What's going on, Peter? Happy Friday, my man. Happy NBA free agency. Good to see you. All right, cool, yeah. Did you get that Slack from Brett?
Yeah, I'll start
cool.
that.
Sweet. Davidov, thank you. We appreciate you. Peter Wynn, good to see you in the chat, man. I just love when we go live and we get to see all the same faces and all the same usernames and pictures from when we were going live for the 70 watch parties we did this past year for the New York Knicks.
Yep.
It's just a lot of fun.
It's
a lot of fun. Y'all are like family to me at this point. I talk to y'all more than I talk to any of my parents, so love you boys. Love you boys. As Johnson Yu, this little slick guy. Johnson Yu is the biggest troll in the world, dude. Johnson Yu is a troll. As he says, I'm coming for the MVP.
Uh-oh.
JU, you got a long way to go. JU, but I will never doubt the powers of Mr. Johnson Yu. And thank you, JU. Let's make some moves today. What do you say? I want to know who Johnson Yu wants.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Johnson Yu, what do you want the Knicks to do? Let me know. As Peter Wynn is coming in with a $20 Super Chat and says, happy Friday, gentlemen. Peter, happy Friday to you. I miss you, man. I miss seeing you in the chat every night. Hope all is well with you, your family, and your loved ones. Let's go, Knicks. Let's have a big day.
Let's have a day.
As Seeps, my man Nick Davidov is going Giannis Antetokounmpo, Game 6 in the NBA Finals. Another $50 super chat from Nick Davidov.
You know, Marsh, we might need to just make this a race. You got the extra tool over there?
Yeah, I wouldn't throw this because it's pretty sharp.
Yeah, I'll come up there and we'll make this a race.
Let's do this a race. My man Nick Davidov has already shown major love. He's in first place to be the Knicks Now Day 1 NBA Free Agency MVP. Whoever sends in the most via Super Chats, we are going to get you a jersey of whatever current player you want on the Knicks, and I will sign it. Patrick Seatman will sign it. And if you want Rolly to sign it, I guess we'll have him sign it as well. Shout out to you, Davidov. Love you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's have a day, gentlemen. As So Real 13 steps in with a super chat. He says, Marsh, are you upset Melo ain't get a farewell tour with the Knicks? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I think the farewell tour would have had to have taken place before the first year the Knicks made the playoffs with Julius Randle and they were that 4 seed. That would have made some sense as a farewell tour, but after you made the playoffs as a 4 seed, I don't think we need to give Carmelo Anthony a farewell tour. I love Melo. Before Jalen Brunson, he was my favorite Knick of all time. I'm only 28 years old, so I didn't get to see, the heyday of the New York Knicks and Patrick Ewing in the 90s Knicks and Oakley and Mace. I didn't get to see that. I'm not going to say a favorite player of mine is someone I didn't get to watch before. I love Melo. I think he just played in an era where he had to deal with LeBron James in the same conference as him. Melo was special, man. One of the best mid-range scorers of the basketball I have ever seen. No doubt about it. I would have liked for the Knicks to sign him maybe last year. But I feel like signing him this year would have just been unfair to the Knicks that really established this new culture in Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, the whole gang, and Josh Hart when he got here. Johnson, you says you got to trade Jalen Brunson, gut the whole roster, build around Trevor Keels. That's my offseason plan. That's a good one, JU.
That's on brand for JU.
That is on brand. Let me guess. He's watching from Miami, too?
Yeah.
He's watching from Miami,
either
too?
Miami or Boston.
Oh, man. Where does Davidov even at in Super Chats? This man sent in a 50, 350, 170. My man is in the lead with $170 in Super Chats. Whoever is the MVP of today, you're going to win a Knicks jersey of your choice and potential color, and we will sign it. Also, every $5 Super Chat that comes in, we're going to add you to the Wheel of Names, and the winner will earn a Knicks Now Real One t-shirt. So we got 2 raffles today. One for the MVP if you want to compete in that, or if you want a chance to win a Knicks Now Real One t-shirt, $5 Super Chat will get you in that one. All righty. As we do owe a beer shot fund race, because we got to $200 in Super Chats. We do have 240 people watching right now. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could hit that thumbs up icon. As soon as we get to 100 likes, I'm going to take a shot at tequila. And if you have liked the video, I want you to type me in the comment section. If you have liked the video, I want you to type me in the comment section right now. Let's get up to 100 likes. As Rob Rodriguez is in the chat and he said, where are the Raiders fans at?
They went home.
They went home. We told them, nah. They never came back, R. They never came back, Double R. Shout out to Levi's the best, Fabian Williams, Fernando, Shipmaster Kyle, I am Jules. J Liv says, is that beer or Diet Coke? It's actually a Happy Dad, which is a seltzer. It's a seltzer. We're going seltzers today. It's a long day. These have electrolytes in them. We got to stay hydrated. You remember how to do this, dude? Like this, dude. You want to get the air bubble right here. Right here? You got it? Yeah. Oh, my God. All righty. For Davidov. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Woo! It's much smoother than a shot fun. Much smoother than a shot fun. We continue to upgrade around here, Seeps. We used to be fireball boys. We used to be shot fun boys. Now we just drink tequila and we just rip shotguns. Tequila and shotguns. That's what we do here on New York Knicks Now. That's what we do. Noah, no, unfortunately I'm not, Noah. I wish I was. John Borelli says, Marsh, you must have forgot I'm lurking. You're scaring me, Borelli. Borelli, you are scaring me. And I don't know if I like being scared. I always said as a kid, if you enjoy scary movies, there's something wrong with you in the head. Why would you want to be scared? I would never, ever voluntarily watch a scary movie. I don't want to be scared. No. Borelli, oh, man. Borelli. As we did get a $10 super chat from my man Johnson JU. We appreciate you. We'll get you on the raffle for the T-shirt. He says, personally, wanted Zach LaVine. He's young, can shoot, and still in prime years, close to prime years. Paul George doesn't fit with our age timeline. Have a feeling Donte DiVincenzo will be our only signing, though. A lot of my similar thoughts there, Johnson. I didn't want Zach LaVine at the NBA trade deadline for a couple of different reasons. I thought it would have been too big of a shakeup for the roster, and it sounded like it was going to have to be Quickly or RJ Barrett or potentially both at the time during the regular season. And I wanted to see how the regular season played out with those two guys. I wanted to see how they were going to play out with the NBA playoffs around the corner. And although RJ had a good postseason, I just think for the Knicks to get better, they have to upgrade the starting lineup. And I believe that LaVine over Barrett is the most logical choice. Now it sounds like the LaVine trade is dead. So I don't know. I like Paul George. I think he's if you're talking about a perfect basketball fit to come be the small forward on this team, if your starting lineup was Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, Paul George, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, that's a team that could win the East, in my opinion. Big if, Seeps, Paul George stay healthy, who has not played more than 60 games in the last 4 seasons. And Paul George is going to be is 33 years old, and he's due $90 million over the next 2 seasons. I think on-court fit, Seeps, there's none better that are more available than Paul George, but I worry about the age, and I worry about the injuries.
Paul George could also be a secondary ball handler for the Knicks.
That's why I love him so much.
It's not just what you're getting with the shooting and the defense. I like PG because we've seen him. I think he
was low-key playing point guard for them this year.
Yeah, and what would you say the biggest reason the Knicks lost to the Heat? Because when Brunson was off the floor, there was nobody else to create offense.
People forget in Game 6, Seeps, we had a double-digit lead. Then Brunson went off the floor, and we came back, and we were losing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say we don't need a guard. We already have a guard. I completely disagree with that. You know how I know we need another guard, Seeps?
Yeah.
How many freaking 5-second violations when we were trying to inbound the ball did the Knicks get? How many terrible out-of-bounds plays did the Knicks have where the inbounder, either Julius Randle threw it away or RJ Barrett didn't pass it in? We have no smart inbounder.
And you might have guards like Grimes and Hart, but they're not playmakers.
Those are wings.
Yeah, wings. Those
Grimes
are
and Hart are
2
wings.
through 4s. Yeah, definitely.
That's my opinion. So JU says, I feel like DiVincenzo will be our only signing. If we do sign DiVincenzo, he most likely will be one of our only signings because he's going to take up that non-taxpayer mid-level exception. And then you would have the biannual exception worth $4.5 million, but that would put the Knicks into the luxury tax unless they were able to get off of the Evan Fournier deal. So maybe DiVincenzo might be the only move that we make. Johnson, we appreciate you. A GOAT is in the building. Go. Jason B. My man Jason B was in the live stream yesterday. It made me really happy. Today I'm even happier. He says, well, first off, Jason, thank you very much, as always, for hanging out with us and supporting the channel like you always do. It means a lot, man. Thank you. He says, let's get Donte DiVincenzo and avoid any desperate and bad moves. Hard no on Harden unless it's for a steal, Fournier Toppin, and maybe a pick, not our own. Seeps, go to the picture of the Bobby Marks trade. I think I moved that over. Or maybe it's just a trade graphic at this point. Bobby Marks, Jason, I'm sure you know who he is. He works for ESPN, used to be a front office. I think he was actually a general manager for the Brooklyn Nets. This was the trade idea that Bobby Marks proposed for James Harden. I want to ask everybody right now, would you make this trade? Type A for accept, type D for decline. Would you make this trade if you're the New York Knicks? I want to hear from y'all down in the comments section. Seeps, I'll let you go first because you're not as biased as I am.
Okay, I love what the Knicks have culture-wise right now. Like the kind of gritty team. Harden doesn't fit there, but just looking at this trade package, you're getting an upgrade. I mean, you're getting better. Like you're adding more talent to this roster. It's just like, do you believe in Harden? Like, do you think in the playoffs? And I saw a funny tweet. It was the Spider-Man meme of him trying to hold the train together. It was like Brunson trying to hold the Knicks together after Harden and Randall go 4 for 30 in a playoff game. Like, that's the only concern. But probably a fair trade. I don't know if I would trade anything for Harden to get him on the Knicks.
I agree. Like, this is the bare minimum I think you would have to give up.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this, but you're getting.
It's fair. Like, it's a good, and plus Harden only has a 1-year deal. So if it's a disaster this year,
You let him go.
You can just move off.
And all it cost you was Emmanuel Quickly, who's also on a 1-year deal, and Isaiah Hartenstein, who's a free agent next year.
And you won't have the drama of extending Harden because whoever trades for Harden, you're not allowed to extend him until next summer. So that whole contract conversation will be dead.
He would be an unrestricted free agent.
So are you saying no to this? Like let's just say Philly calls you and they offer you this.
I'm saying no.
I feel like it's a tough no, but saying no.
It's a tough no.
It's a tough no.
It's a tough no.
But again, this isn't 2K. Like, we're not playing at the park right now.
Yeah.
And also, the Knicks would have 4 lefties.
In the starting lineup.
That just won't work.
4 lefties. Carl says, A, you got to do it.
You got to do it? I don't know if you got to do it. No way, King James.
Hop in the chat. A for accept, D for decline. Would you make this trade? Bobby Marks of ESPN put this up there. As we are getting some ESPN news, Doc Rivers is a potential candidate to replace Jeff Van Gundy.
Wow.
How about we bring Jeff Van Gundy to Madison Square Garden Network and we have a three-way booth with Mike Breen, Walt Clyde Frazier, and Jeff Van Gundy. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't make this trade. I don't want to give up a young, up-and-coming, not even close to their prime, Emmanuel Quickly for a guy like James Harden, who is well past his prime. We'll ask you right now, then we'll get back to the super chats that are coming in. Do you want the Knicks to trade for James Harden? Adrian Wojnarowski said 2 teams that are expected to be in on James Harden are the Los Angeles Clippers and the New York Knicks. Also, Brian Windhorst said if the price is right, he would not be shocked if the Knicks traded for James Harden. So you got Windhorst and Windhorst, and Adrian Wojnarowski saying that it could be a possibility. I say no way. I'm typing my P for pass, Seeps.
It is 1 year, though.
I can't.
Just what would change from adding Harden and not? Like, does it move the needle at all?
Does a starting lineup of Jalen Brunson, James Harden, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson make you a title contender?
Probably not.
I don't think it does. I'm seeing a lot of P's in the comments for pass. My man, Frank Serrano. What up, Frankie? My man, Frank's the GOAT here on the channel. As we did get another $50 super chat from Mr. Nick Davidov. He heard that there were some people lurking in the chat seats that they may get close to taking him off as the MVP today.
He said, hold on.
He said, no way, no how am I not going to be the MVP of today's show. My man is cooking, Seeps. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. He's at 220, I think. I don't know. I'm bad at math.
Yeah, he is. That's the number for the MVP.
The MVP, Mr. Nick Davidov. Gabby, we've been calling him Davidov for years at this point. So whether that is or is not the way you say it, that's how we say it on the show.
That's his name over here.
Over here, his name is Nick Davidov. Gabby. Gabby's always chirping at me on Twitter. She hates me. He hates me. They hate me. What up, Frank? How's your Friday going, brother? How's your Friday? I am Jules says statistically it's intriguing, but fit-wise and defensively, no. I agree.
Yeah, because he's not going to bring you anything off or on the defensive side of the floor.
Your backcourt essentially being Jalen, Brunson, James Harden, and RJ Barrett on the defensive end is bad.
That's bad.
That is bad.
All three, dude. I just want to be able to get over the 4 lefties. You could even run Hartenstein. I guess he would be in that trade, but you could go all lefties.
That's ridiculous. Davidov, salute, my brother. Salute.
Shout out to you.
Johnson, you says Hartenstein's dumb fouls. Good for one of those. Harden's playoff choke. We kind of got away from the Hartenstein dumb foul thing.
Yeah, well, I thought he was good in the postseason.
I loved, honestly, the effort, the intensity that Isaiah Hartenstein played with in the playoffs. I thought he attacked the glass well. I thought he is, although he didn't showcase that outside shot with the Knicks, his ability to at least play make from the top of the key and move the ball around would open up the paint a little bit for the RJs and the Jalens and the Julius of the world to get downhill.
Yeah, and it's also a hell of a playmaker at the top of that key, too.
Yeah, kind of like Joakim Noah Light a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Oh!
He's coming! He's coming!
Rob Rodriguez! Bang! A $300 super chat from the legend. The legend.
He's here.
He is here. We bow down to the king of Knicks Now. We bow down to the Knicks MVP, Rob Rodriguez. Rob, salute, Rob Rodriguez. He said, I read something today about teams keeping their eyes on Giannis. Do you think we can get him over to the Knicks? And I will go to the article so I can not misquote anybody that I extremely respect in Mr. Ian Begley, the best Knicks beat reporter in the world. Shout out to him and SNY. This is what Ian Begley said. So stick with me. It's a little bit longer, but I want to read it clearly. Begley said, who would the Knicks pursue next season if they don't make a big move this offseason? That's unclear. But it's worth noting here that several teams are keeping an eye on the situation in Milwaukee concerning the future of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who, as we've previously noted, could be on the move. Antetokounmpo is eligible for an extension with Milwaukee this summer. Financially, it makes sense for Antetokounmpo to wait on signing an extension or new contract. I don't know if the Knicks are one of those teams keeping an eye on Antetokounmpo, but I'd imagine most teams are monitoring it. So he has that contract extension. He's extension eligible, Seeps. And let's say this. Middleton leaves.
Yeah.
Brook Lopez leaves. Giannis doesn't sign that extension. Do the rumors heat up?
I mean, the rumors will heat up. It's just Giannis just seems such a loyalty guy. Like, I don't know if it'll be hard to pry him away from Milwaukee, but if they don't put a championship team around him, we've seen it throughout NBA history. These disgruntled superstars, they are more than willing to leave.
I'm going to move over a trade idea.
Okay.
Seeps, because we talked about Giannis in this situation a couple weeks. That was probably a month ago at this point.
Yeah.
A month ago at this point. And I had a trade idea. I went viral on Twitter, and I became people just hated. People hated me on Twitter because I came up.
It was a good trade idea.
It is what it is. You know, I got tough skin. Right now I got burnt skin because I'm sunburned, and I'm peeling like a snake. It's disgusting. But I want to ask all the real ones this question. Rob, my man Rob Rodriguez is a GOAT. He's
Shout
a
out to
GOAT.
Rob.
Trace, you want to shotgun a beer with me?
Dude, I want nothing.
Shotgun a beer with me.
You're preaching to the choir, man.
If you want to grab one of those,
You want one?
I have one. This is what we've been ripping.
I got one on my desk.
Oh, wow, that looks terrible.
Here.
Let me hop in there. I'm in there. What's wrong with it? Just wrong background?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sam. Remember Sam messed this up?
is we did get a $10 super chat from an OG.
We go from Rob Rod to Rich Rob. My man, the double R's are strong in the building today.
Double R's are dangerous, too.
Shout out to the double R's in the group. What up? Rich, my man. What up? He said, if we go anywhere near Harden, we need to storm the Garden. I wouldn't trade a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for that dude.
I would assume Harden's not a Rich Rob guy. We're like Rich Rob guys and Tib guys. They're like the same breed of cat.
Even though he's got a really soft spot for Cam Reddish.
He does have a weirdly soft spot.
That's
for
the
Cam Reddish.
one complaint I have about Rich Rob. He's one of the he has one of the highest basketball IQs I've ever seen. But he wants, it's because it's that father figure in him.
Yeah.
He sees a guy, he doesn't want him to go back home to where he grew up with. He wants him to get that chance, and that's why we love Rich Rob.
Hell yeah.
That's why we love him. Do you know how to do this? As John Borelli says, get Trizzy drinking. Hey, Borelli. Let's go, Borelli. Shout out to Borelli. Shout out to Rich Rob. Rich, I'm not trading for James Harden. I just can't. I cannot watch a season of basketball, not only with James Harden, Seeps, James Harden and Randall. I can't do that. My mental health would be a problem. It would be a problem.
And I don't think Brunson wants that at all.
I got you, Rich. I got you, Rich.
He doesn't need to go back on the block, Rich.
No, we're not talking the low block either.
No,
we're not talking posting up on the low block.
I would.
You know how to do this, Triz? Dude, come on, dude. Come on.
Come on, man. I'll quit basketball if we get Harden. Yeah, the Harden combination with the Knicks lefties would be very interesting.
Has there ever been a starting lineup with 4 lefties?
No, I really doubt
There's
that.
no way.
There's no way. I thought it was weird the Knicks had 3 last year. Like,
ridiculous. All righty. For Rich Rob, for Rob Rod, for everyone that is super chatted to today's show, we appreciate you. Cheers, my friends.
cheers in the chat. Shout out the double R's. The double R's, the DeVidovs, all the real ones. It's a big old family here tonight.
Woo!
Like butter.
You get a nice little hole in there. Don't put your finger on that.
It's the only hole you don't want to put your finger on.
As this is our super chat menu, any $5 super chat that comes in, you're entering the raffle to win the coolest Real One shirt we have here at Chat Sports. And they're also 20% off.
Fresh. The black.
The blacks are sick,
I've
so.
never seen the black. Those are cool.
And you can get these for 20% off. The link's in the chat right now.
So if you want to enter our giveaway to get the chance to win this t-shirt for $5, just send a $5 super chat and Patrick Seatman will add you to the wheel of names. But if you want to support the show and you just want to guarantee you get your shirt, go to chatsports.com/realknicks. The link is below me. And use the promo code SummerVibes20.
Yep.
All one word. And that's going to save you 20%. 20% off if you use the code SummerVibes20 at chatsports.com/realknicks. Seeps, the deal's not going to last forever. So if you want the shirt, send in a $5 super chat. You'll enter a chance to win it. Our man OG, the homie, won it last week during the NBA draft. Today, who knows who's going to win it? But if you want to guarantee your spot, 20% off, chatsports.com/realknicks, SummerVibes20. Seeps, what else do we got on the super chat menu, my man?
Yeah, if you send a $100, you know, we've gotten the Rich Rob, he sent in the $300. But if you send 100, we'll have a race. You'll join the Hall of Fame board. And then the MVP of today's show, which is Rich Rob right now. Or not Rich Rob, it's Robert Rob. Double R. He's at $300. You can pick out a Knicks jersey, and we'll send it your way. As Marsh is making some additions to the Real One board.
I'm just putting a big double R right here.
Big old double R, yeah.
I like that.
Who's going to be the first one? We could go to that.
Let's run through these two super chats that came in real quick, and then we will move on to some actual content. One coming in from Alan Alford. Alan, great to see you in the chat, my man. I love seeing you here. You always support me, so thank you. He says, trading for a max player makes no sense unless you're unloading Randall or RJ. Why pay someone to tone down their game?
Trading for a max player makes no sense.
Trading for a max player makes no sense. I don't necessarily agree with that. Seeps, and this is why I say that, is because RJ, Brunson, and Julius are all on good value deals. They're not max players. So what's the problem with having one max player?
I wonder if he's talking about touches.
That's fair. That's fair. If you're talking about why bring, but I'm not even calling Harden a max player at this point.
Yeah, or let's just say you bring in PG, saying his game would kind of tone down a little less touches there, but.
But I think even a starting lineup of Jalen, RJ,
PG,
Paul George, Julius, and Mitchell Robinson works.
Yeah.
I think that works. But I don't think you'll be able to trade for a max player outside of James Harden unless you're giving up Randall or RJ.
Yeah.
I think he's the only one you could trade for right now that is, and I wouldn't even call him a max player at this point.
Who, Harden?
Yeah. I think he'd be the second. I think he'd be the second best player, second best guard on this team. I think Jalen Brunson's better than him at this point.
Also, I think there's a reason he opted in. I don't think he was getting more than 36 on the market.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And now he's forced to be traded. He would have had a lot more freedom if he would have opted out and just tested the market. Obviously, he decided to opt in and demand a trade. So,
I agree, Alan. I get what you're saying there, and and for the most part, I do agree, but push back a little bit. But Alan, I love you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. It means a lot. As Trey Miles, my man's been being a real one recently, says, don't forget about Brooklyn, Texas, fellas. My man Trey, what's good? My man's holding it down, hardly home, but always repping. Shout out to Trey Miles. We appreciate the $10 super chat, my man. Trey is on the board to be in the Wheel of Names to win a T-shirt. Shout out to you, Trey. Thanks for the love, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. As Rich Rob, back in the building, says, how do I not have one of those black T-shirts already? We had to be the first whole family with the blue joints.
You definitely were.
My man had a shirt. His wife had a, fiance had a shirt. If you want me to call her wife, call her your wife. Fiance, wife. This man was trying to get the kid sizes for baby Flea.
Yeah.
But we got Flea a jersey, which he may not be able to fit it right now, but that'll be coming to you guys soon. Rich, we'll talk about that. We want to send that to y'all. The Flea God. Hope Flea as well. Give him some dap for me. Give him some hug and some good loving for me. Rich, thank you, brother. Thank you, man, as always. William McConaughey back again. Second super chat of the day. William, thanks, bro. Look at Miami and Denver. They both were more complete teams, and the new CBA will make it harder to get stars. How does this affect roster building?
Great question.
Take this one, Seeps.
So I think people are underreacting to the new CBA. I think this is going to be completely different on how you just build teams. Because, all right, let's take the Celtics for an example. Tatum's going to be making 60. Brown's going to be making 50. Next 5 years. That's
million.
It's 110 on 2 guys. You got 12 other spots you're going to need, 13 other spots you need to fill. Probably 10 that actually, really play. You got 70 mil left for 10 spots. You're going to give the rest of them $7 mil a year. I don't even know if you could do 2 players on maxes anymore if you want to kind of keep it up. And also they made the restrictions for that second threshold so extreme. So it's almost like the NBA. I know the NFL has a hard cap. I think we're nearing that point where teams are going to look at this second threshold as a hard cap.
Yeah, I mean.
That's why I like the position the Knicks are in. They have more of a complete team.
Agreed. And you have 3 guys that are all on value deals. But what I will say is with Randall on that deal and Brunson on that deal, you only have 2 more years, this year and next year, of Brunson on that cheap deal.
Yeah.
Randall, I believe, is this year and next year with a player option. And Brunson has a player option for that following year as well. Both those guys are going to be making double the amount of money they are making right now in 3 years.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to keep them all.
So I think now might be the time to go punch your ticket and go get someone.
Yeah.
And hope maybe it is Paul George, and you try to make a title run for 2 years. You let Paul George walk in 2 years. When his contract is over, you re-up with Brunson. If you bring back Randall, you bring back Randall, but you reevaluate, and you can kind of hard reset after that.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Paul George move a little bit, is because his contract aligns perfectly with Brunson and Julius Randle's.
Yeah. As we do have some kind of NBA news, we'll break it down here. Draymond expected to sign a 4 for $100.
Draymond Green is expected to sign a 4-year, $100 million contract with the Golden State Warriors. That's the first big pillar of NBA free agency right there, Patrick. And I don't know if I can do this, but I think I told you so.
Yeah, about Draymond?
Yeah, I think I told you so.
No, you did.
I said he's getting $100 million.
The Warriors were the only team that was going to give him $100 million, but yeah.
There was no way he was playing for anybody else.
No, yeah. Especially once they traded Poole. Like, that kind of iced in Draymond coming back.
As John Barrett is in the chat saying, heck yeah, keep my man.
Yeah, Draymond's back.
Trizzy, what do you got to say to Barrett? He said, I'm thirsty, Barrett.
It's exactly right.
He said, I'm thirsty.
He's thirsty.
He said a $50 super chat from Barrett.
Beer bong, 4 seconds or less.
And Trace is going to do a beer bong, 4 seconds or less, and he has to do it again if it's not 4 seconds or less. Barrett, maybe you celebrate your man Draymond Green right there. Wow, first big deal of the day. And Seeps, I'm going to be up here talking and yapping. You get news, you just yell it. You just yell it. I don't care what it is. You let me know.
But we are connected to.
Oh, okay.
That's incredible. William, I'm sorry. Williams, we kind of answered Williams' question, right? William, thank you, my man. Alan back again said, yes, I meant shots, only one ball. We need Jalen with the rock. I agree with you, but the reason I think James Harden doesn't work with the Knicks if you're keeping Julius and RJ, it's perfectly what you said. I think Paul George doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Yeah.
He's a catch and shoot guy. Put the ball on the deck one time, pass it, let it rip.
He can do anything, like literally anything.
Literally anything. Alan, I'm with you, brother. Here's the news of the day so far. Mark Stein reporting all signs have pointed to a new Draymond Green deal in Golden State since my enclosed story Monday, and league sources now project Draymond Green to land a contract in the 4-year, $100 million range from the Warriors once free agency begins. Do the Warriors have another move up their sleeve?
Like, who's it?
Could a trade happen? Kuminga and all those young Mooney or whatever the hell his name is.
I'll say this. Don't be shocked if Clay's moved.
No way.
My gut's telling me don't be shocked if Clay's moved.
I would love Klay Thompson on the Knicks.
So many teams would love Klay. Like a definition of the best 3-and-D player of probably our generation. I would absolutely love that. Frank Serrano coming in, a GOAT in the building. Shout out to Frank. We love you, Brody. $5 super chat gets him on the wheel to win a Knicks Now t-shirt. Salute to you, Frank. You're always showing mad love, so thank you. We appreciate it. Trey Miles back in the building says, yo, Seeps and Money Making Marsh. Who we want more, DiVincenzo or Steph Curry? Ooh. True York, #Knicks, #free agency. What do you think here, Seeps?
So DiVincenzo or Seth? I'd go DiVincenzo. I have Nova bias in my blood. I know that. But either is fine. I would just like DiVincenzo because he offers better size and a more impact defensively. But shooting the basketball, I mean, imagine having Seth Curry to be able to spread that floor. It would give Jalen Brunson a little extra space, especially when he's getting to the rack.
I agree with everything you just said. I think Seth Curry, if for some reason somehow you miss out on Donte DiVincenzo, you can pivot to Seth Curry. But I'm prioritizing the big ragu in the Big Apple. I just think that I want the player that we signed to be able to play with Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure Seth Curry and Brunson could play together in a backcourt.
That is the thing. And plus, if Seth's on the floor, like, that only means Grimes or Hart could probably be on the floor. You're not going to run all four of them at the same time. Like,
I just worry about your perimeter defense with Brunson, who I love, is an average but a great effort player on defense. Going to take some charges, going to get a couple tips in the passing lanes, whereas Seth Curry can absolutely be taken advantage of.
Yeah, he'll get hunted defensively in the playoffs. But
so I would say DiVincenzo. And you are losing a little bit of shooting, whereas Curry can run the baseline like only a Curry can do and run around and get open. But DiVincenzo shot 40% from three with the Warriors. Wonder if that was because of the Warriors or him, but I think the guy is at least a 36% shooter from three, and I'll take that. We need that.
And especially as he's getting passes from his old school point guard, Jalen Brunson. I mean, we saw Josh Hart. His shooting percentage went up a little bit when he first came to the Knicks. And I don't think people who act like that's not a real thing is who you receive passes from.
It's real.
It's 100% mental. Shooting is all mental in the NBA, and I just think, like, if DiVincenzo was getting passes from Brunson or Hart, take his game to another level.
And with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle both being inside the top 15 of players that were double-teamed, He's going to be getting wide open looks just like he was in Golden State.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm hoping DiVincenzo is a move that gets done. As John Borelli, a $50 super chat, says done. He says done. My man Trizzy Trace
That's all we need.
is going to come in and do a beer bong for my man John Borelli. Borelli, congrats on Draymond Green coming back to the Warriors. That's a big move for your Dubs. They're trying to compete.
They have, I mean, what, Curry's 35? Turning 35?
The more I think about it, I know people are going to hate this or disagree. I think the Chris Paul trade was like actually smart.
Oh, I do too.
Another veteran, another winner.
You know who I'm scared of going to the Warriors? Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez to the Warriors would be crazy.
I think that would be so dumb.
If your starting lineup is Brook Lopez, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, and then you have Steph Curry with Chris
could
Paul
run
coming off
5
the
out.
bench.
Dude, imagine just even the pick and pops. Like Chris Paul and Lopez were able to run in the second unit. Like Borelli, keep an eye out for your Warriors. Brook Lopez, that would be a huge move. Huge. That would probably be the biggest move as terms like a role player joining a team would be Brook Lopez to Golden State. Yeah,
Wow.
$20 million a year, though. That's probably what he's going to command.
20 mil for Lopez?
He's probably going 3 for 6. He's getting the same as Vooch did, probably.
As Josh Hart just tweeted out, let me turn these notifications on.
Him and
Josh
DiVincenzo,
Hart, you freaking little dirty
They know.
dog.
They
Josh,
know.
they know that DiVincenzo's
They
a
know.
Nick.
That group text is going
Josh
stupid
Hart
right
isn't
now.
opting into his contract if it's not for Donte DiVincenzo. He sacrificed $6 million this year. He was supposed to get a 4-year, $72 million contract extension, which is $18 million per year. He opts into his player option, which is just under $13 million. The man sacrificed $5 million so the Knicks could have the complete non-taxpayer mid-level exception and not go into luxury tax. He knows Donte DiVincenzo, the big ragu. He's a Knick. He's a Knick. As Trizzy Trace is going to come on. John Borelli sending a $50 super chat. We're doing a beer bong. He's going to crush it.
4 seconds or less.
I'm counting down from 4. Once you go tube to mouth. 4, 3, 2.
Ooh.
A 2-second beer bong from Trizzy Trace. DiVincenzo! DiVincenzo! Donte DiVincenzo, the big ragu. If you don't know what we're talking about, pull up YouTube in another tab and search Donte DiVincenzo game winner Villanova, and it's Gus Johnson on the call saying Donte DiVincenzo, the big ragu.
All right, Marsh. 5 minutes, 30 seconds away. Who's the first player to put ink to paper?
Let's get the comments going. I'll give my
go.
prediction in a second. We're 5 minutes away from NBA free agency opening up,
Who is it?
and I want to hear from you guys. Who is the first player to sign in NBA free agency?
More breaking news. The Lakers are going to offer Austin Reeves a 4-year, $52 million deal when free agency opens.
That seems extremely cheap, and I don't think he's going to accept that.
I think he's going to get $20 million at least a year.
I think the Rockets might sign him to a 4-year, $100 million contract offer sheet.
Yep.
Austin Reeves taking 4 years, $52 million would be a joke. That would be a joke.
I mean, the man averaged 17 a game in the playoffs at really solid efficiency.
My first guess, Seeps, of who I think gets signed first, I'm going to go Max Strus to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Strus to the Cavs.
Strus to the Cavs
So
is
not
my
Sh-
first guess.
Not Strus to the Pacers. You
Strus
think
to the Cavs.
Strus to the Cavs? Okay.
I think Strus to the Cavs.
I think Trey Miles might have it in the chat. Draymond might just be like, immediately it hits, and it's like, all right, that's done.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. There's been some talk about Bruce Brown. I think he's going to wait a little bit.
I think Bruce is going to milk his little playoff run he had.
He's going to try to get every penny. He's not going back to Denver, though, I don't
No,
think.
he's not.
I don't think he's back with Denver.
That clip of Malone is going to go so viral on Twitter.
Rumple Foreskin, a Cavs fan who always shows love, we appreciate you. He said, we don't want Max Strus. You guys need another three-point shooter.
So you wouldn't take? Really?
That kind of shocks me a little bit. We are 3:30 away.
Wow. All righty, let's do this. We have 410 people watching. If you're subscribed to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, I want you to type me in the comment section right now. Or if you're ready for free agency, type me down below. Let's go.
Let's go. Spam the me's in there.
Type the me's. We're giving shout outs. Shout out to Raphael, Anthony, I Am Jules, Ethan, Rumple Foreskin. I do agree with that. King James, Eric Noah, Antoine, Brooklyn banging, the Bronx banging, Jay Liv, Professor Chaos, Peter Win. What's going on, man? Julio, and One Edits, Hoops with Jake, Daniel, Johnny Ortiz.
Marsh, listen to this report. Michael Grange, one agent I spoke with today, said as many as 15 deals are already done league-wide. It could be a busy 601.
Wow!
So 15 deals could be breaking here in the next 2 minutes. This could be a very hectic start to NBA free agency. Marsh, I got chills right now, man. I got chills.
I am freaking excited. Wow. That's kind of crazy.
15 deals are reportedly done.
Wow, wow, wow. Oh, man. Let's go through some rumors real quickly. Dave McMenamin says the Lakers are prepared to extend a 4-year offer to Austin Reeves at around $52 million. What's that, $18 million per year?
Yeah, 52 divided by 4. No, that's less.
Last dude here, you're telling me he's getting less than $18 million a year?
That's 13 a count. The one they're supposed to offer him.
4 for 52.
Yeah, it's 13 a year.
He said, why would he say yes to that?
There's no way he says yes to that.
Not a chance. Joe Cowley, who covers the Bulls, he's an insider there, says sources just told me that the Bulls continue taking calls on Zach LaVine, not making them, and asking price remains astronomical. Little has changed since February's trade deadline. Of course, if you're going to trade Zach LaVine, you're going to tell everyone that it's extremely expensive.
Yes, the Bulls are not handling this too well. But
Tim McMahon also said there's not a clear market for Kyrie Irving. All that being said, it looks like Kyrie will ultimately be back in Dallas. Does Kyrie return to Dallas?
Yes, I'd be shocked if he goes anywhere else.
According to Stephen Bondy, Joel Embiid has been mentioned around league circles as New York's ideal trade candidate if he ever demands out. Not sure how I do feel about that one. Brian Windhorst also. What were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say, what did you say earlier? Brunson and Embiid versus Jokic and Murray in the finals over the next 5 years would be pretty entertaining.
I'd take it. Oh, man. Brian Windhorst also saying the Sixers are not going to extend Tyrese Maxey this summer. Want to know why? Because they might trade him. Rumors are coming out that the Philadelphia 76ers could trade Tyrese Maxey to the Portland Trailblazers for Damian Lillard. As we are 10 seconds away from NBA free agency, Michael Grange, who Seeps was talking about, said, one agent I spoke with today said as many as 15 deals are already done, could be busy in 1 minute.
This is going to be nuts. As we are here, it is free agency time.
Free agency time is here. If you are ready for free agency, type me in the comment section and hit that thumbs up icon.
Go.
We got 470 people watching right now and less than 130 likes. That's pissing me off. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's go. Once we get to 200 likes, I'm taking a shot at tequila.
Let's go.
Hit that thumbs up icon. If you have liked the video, type me as NBA Free Agency 2023 is upon us, Patrick Seatman. It is upon us.
So excited.
As we do have an official update here, the salary cap and tax level. The salary cap has been set at $136 million.
Yep.
And the minimum a team can spend is $122 million. The first apron is $172, second apron $182. So definitely going to be some cognitive or some, what's the word I want to use here? Thought out spending by some teams
I got it.
across the NBA.
Draymond, the first name.
As Draymond Green is the first player to sign an NBA free agency.
Wow.
Charania reporting free agent Draymond guard and CEO of Clutch Sports Rich Paul have agreed on a 4-year, $100 million contract to return to the Golden State Warriors.
Wow.
We knew he was coming back. That price may be a little bit high for what some people thought, but they had to make the move, right? You could. If Draymond Green left, the dynasty and the era was over.
Yeah.
So Draymond Green back with the Draymond Green back with the Golden State Warriors. 4-year, $100 million deal. You see it at the bottom. Seeps, can the Golden State Warriors still compete in the Western Conference?
I think it's going to be tough for them to compete with the Nuggets. They're going to need to add some size to that front court. That's why I'm throwing out there. Keep an eye out on Brook Lopez heading to Golden State. I think that makes too much sense. They're a smart organization. Let's keep your eyes out for Brook Lopez to Golden State. But they're on a short list, Marsh. I mean, it's them, the Nuggets, the Suns, the Lakers maybe. I mean, I don't know how many more years LeBron can keep on doing this. But, wow, Draymond, 4 for $100 million. So it really seems like they took his side over Jordan Poole's.
The man is 33 years old. He's under contract being paid $25 million until he's 37 years old. That's a lot of money for Draymond Green. But I think with Draymond here, Seeps, you're paying for much more than just what he gives you on the basketball floor as a player.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's honestly, now he's a tenured vet in the league. Draymond back.
As Crim's dad says, Marsh needs to add some size. Yikes.
Jeez, Crim's
Come on,
dad.
Crimmy. I'm ready to sing the Crim's dad song, though, once he sends that first super chat in. As John Borelli, our Golden State Warriors fan in the chat, says, Draymond signed flex on him. I mean, if you're a Warriors fan, you got to be hype about this, right?
Definitely. Are you?
You have to be.
You think you're like, see, this deal, I've already seen Draymond's off. Like, dude, he was benched in the finals for a little bit last year. I know what he brings defensively, the whole playmaking ability. He is that engine. But 4 for $100 million, I guess the Warriors are just being loyal to the guys that won them 4 rings. And, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if they're right back there the next year.
As Albert in the chat says, yo, can I get a shout out? I love your channel. Albert, we love you too, man. We love you too, man. Tamar Bowles is in the chat. As Crim's dad has said, he's at a barbecue. What do you got on your plate over there, Crimmy? What kind of barbecue do you got on your plate? As another deal, free agent forward Trey Lyles is returning to the Sacramento Kings. He was a guy, Seeps, that I had circled around as a potential fit for the Knicks.
Dude, the Kings are making some solid moves. They got Duarte earlier today. Wow.
Trey Lyles back to the Sacramento Kings. 2 deals already down in NBA free agency as Draymond Green, as you see at the top of the screen, has gone back to the Golden State Warriors, and Trey Lyles is also going back home to the Sacramento Kings. As we did get a $50 super chat from Nick DeVito. Bang! Shout out to Nick Davidov. Seeps, we got to be getting close on this Super Chat MVP race.
We got a race now, Marsh.
We have a race for the MVP between Nick Davidov and Rob Rodriguez. As another deal is in, Karis LeVert has agreed on a 2-year, $32 million contract to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow, okay.
So we thought he was a guy that could be a mid-level exception guy for the Knicks. That's that $12.4 million deal that you can give over a couple of years.
Yeah.
He gets a better deal than that in free agency. 16 to pop for Karis LeVert coming back to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow, Bruce Brown to the Pacers.
Is it in?
That's a Legion. This is Legion Hoops tweeting this out.
I have not got that yet.
We have it. I could have jumped the gun right now.
As we also are seeing free agent Drew Eubanks has agreed to a 2-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. So a flurry of moves coming in as NBA free agency just gets going.
Wow.
A flurry of moves here. I love the Karis LeVert deal back as Kobe White has agreed to a 3-year deal to return to the Bulls.
Yeah.
3 years, $33 million.
33, that was expected. Yeah, that was a pretty expected move.
3 years, $33 million deal for Kobe White. As it is official, Bruce Brown is heading to the Indiana Pacers.
Wow.
So Bruce Brown has supposedly had a meeting with the Knicks, Lakers, Rockets, Pacers, and Mavericks, and he's not going to take any of those meetings, Seeps, as he is going to sign with the Indiana Pacers. Also, more news. Free agent Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince is finalizing a deal to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. I love that move for the LA Lakers.
To the Lakers?
And remember all the losers in here just a second ago saying that the Knicks wouldn't trade for LaVine because of the CAA and Clutch Sports beef? You know who Taurean Prince is repped by? CAA.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the Los Angeles Lakers can sign a CAA guy, but the Knicks can't trade for a Clutch Sports guy?
Exactly.
Update your takes, you fraud. As Kyle Kuzma is back to the Wizards, 4 years, $102 million.
Wow.
Kyle Kuzma back to the Wizards.
Holy cow.
4 years, $102 million for Kyle Kuzma. That's the first big shock, I would say. Not the price, but returning. I thought no way he'd come back.
I thought maybe a team like Houston could have thrown him a bag.
Wow. Wow, Kyle Kuzma. 4-year, $102 million. We will let this first flurry of moves come in, and then we will recap everything. As Crim's dad, he's here, he's there, he's every bucket where Crim's dad, he's here, he's there, he's every bucket where Crim's dad. Shout out to Crimmy. He sat at barbecue. He said, no food yet, slow cook. I canceled my 4th party, too much rain every day. What are your plans? I don't have plans yet for the 4th.
No, nothing on our plate. I'm telling you, the 4th is a notorious big NBA day.
Yeah.
Like, something big's going to happen.
Wow, a flurry of moves so far. Kyle Kuzma back to the Warriors is the biggest one so far. Josh Okogie also re-signing with the Phoenix Suns. I'm sure he's not going to be making that much money. He was a player that was drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves when Tom Thibodeau was the general manager for them.
Yep.
There were some thoughts that maybe the Knicks could be interested in him, but will not happen as he is going back, as you see at the bottom of your screen, to Phoenix. What do you make of what Washington has building with Jones, Poole, and Kuzma?
I don't know. I don't know what they got a ton of fun offensive players, but are they going to win at all?
Wow.
Well, I'll fly through some of these starting at the bottom of your screen right now. Start off with Draymond. He was the first one. Trey Lyles went second.
Wow. Sorry to cut you off. We're having conflicting reports here, Seeps.
Uh-oh.
3 years, $40 million for Kobe White. It was reported it was 3 years, $33 million for Kobe White. Now they're saying it's 3 years, $40 million for Kobe White.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
All right.
That's a little bit more than I thought.
It's a little more than I would like to give up to Kobe White. I think this might mean, hey, you want a Tibbs guy in New York? I think this might be Ayo DeSumo, might be on the market.
As we're also getting DeAndre Jordan has reached an agreement to return to the Denver Nuggets. We have been in free agency for 10 minutes and there's been 12 deals.
Literally. Maybe he wasn't lying. He said 15 deals right away. Marsh, do you feel it? Do you feel the DiVincenzo noti coming? Do you feel the DiVincenzo noti coming right now?
Wow. If you are excited about NBA free agency, hit that thumbs up icon.
Let's go.
We have 580 people watching, and we have less than 200 likes. Let's get up to 300 likes. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's go. If you have liked the video, I want you to type me in the comment section. Let's get the thumbs ups up. Come on, show some love. Hit that thumbs up icon. And if you have liked the video, type me. Let's go. Shout to I Am Jules, Will, Mr. Nick Davidoff, John, Shipmaster Kyle, Philip R. Swift says, how do you like on mobile? You go out of the live chat and then you hit the thumbs up icon. You have to exit the live chat to like it on mobile. Sean, King James, Albert, Levi's, William, Demetrius, Nathaniel, Alston, Michael. Hit that thumbs up icon. We got almost 600 people watching. We're trying to get up to 300 likes on the channel. As we just had a little sub out in producers, my man Patrick Seaman's going to go film this piece about Kobe White getting 3 years, $40 million. We're going to bring on producer Nick Roley, Kobe White, 3 years, $40 million, the first overpay of NBA free agency, in my opinion. That's a lot of money for a bench guard. That's not that good.
We'll say this is I appreciate y'all having me back here on Knicks Now. But yeah, of course the Bulls are going to overpay a bad guard. I mean, there is no direction in that franchise. We have no clue what the Chicago Bulls are going to do, and they're just going to continue to be in this middle land where they can't win, they can't lose. Like, they're stuck in NBA purgatory, Marsh.
Ridiculous. What do you make of Kuzma?
Yeah.
Back to the Wizards, $102 million.
Yeah, I've lost my laptop here, so this is tough for me. But I actually am a little surprised that Kuzma ends up
I'm not
signing.
surprised with the price. I'm surprised with the return.
I kind of agree. I think he's worth the price that he was given. I just was thinking, or under the line of thinking, that he was going to sign
I thought he was
with
gone.
a contender. Like, at this point in Kuzma's career, why wouldn't you want to have the most money? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I get trying to get them back, set up your family, but why not also try to win? I feel like he could have got that money with a contender.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, though. There wasn't a lot of cap space, so.
As we do have another move, free agent forward Keita Bates-Diop has agreed to a 2-year, $5 million deal with the Phoenix Suns.
You know, that's actually an interesting one. Keita Bates-Diop, I really like him as a player. I think he's a good forward. He's a gritty guy. He was kind of in NBA, I guess, exile in San Antonio the past couple of years. But Bates-Diop joining this crew a little bit.
He's a scrappy player.
He's scrappy. Good Ohio State forward, one of my favorite random players in the NBA. Like, you know when you're with your buddies and you're talking NBA college basketball, it's just like, where did this guy go to college?
Yeah.
Someone I always bring up, Keita Bates-Diop, where'd he go? Because it's like easy, it's Ohio State, but it's also Keita Bates-Diop, so how do you really know?
I would have never known that. As it is official, wow, Trey Lyles, 2 years, $16 million plus bonuses. So $8 million per for Trey Lyles, a good payday for him. I thought he was a guy that maybe the Knicks could, target if they wanted to use that annual exception, which was $4.5 million, but he gets double that, $8 million for Lyles. I think he's a good player. I would have liked him on the Knicks as a backup for Sacramento. Clearly saw him as a piece they had to bring back. 595 people watching. Hit that thumbs up icon. We want to get as many people as we can in NBA free agency to come in and join us.
I got to ask you this, Marsh. What do you make of Bruce Brown? I know Knicks were semi-interested, but we kind of also knew that the Knicks, it was going to take an interesting effort to get Brown because he was going to be so expensive. But what do you make of him going to Indiana so quickly for assumingly like 20 mil?
Yeah, there was a lot of talk that he was going to be a top mid-level exception target across the NBA. The Knicks were reportedly having a meeting with him, but sounds like that meeting is not going to happen, as Bruce Brown is going to be signing with the Indiana Pacers. What are we expecting here? 4 years, $80 million?
I think based off what other people have said is like he's going to get 20 mil from Indiana, which is, I think, the same exact deal that the Heat are going to end up giving, not the Heat, the Knicks end up giving Josh Hart when he's extension eligible. So I think that 4 for 80 role is going to be the price point for the guys like Bruce Brown, Josh Hart, which to my eyes, I'm not even trying to give a dig to Josh Hart or anything like that. I'll say the same thing for Bruce Brown. Fantastic role players, but those type of scrappy bench guard/forwards, good defensively glue guys, I don't know if they're worth $20 million per year.
It's a lot, but with the salary cap going up, I don't know. It's so hard to tell these days. The new CBA, I don't think it's the worst deal in the world. As we are getting news here, free agent guard Damian Lee has agreed to a deal with the Phoenix Suns.
It's not nice to say Damian and guard in the same reference points there. You never know where that could end.
That could have been Damian Lillard, so that's on me.
You also started the last name with an L, so that's tough.
Damian.
Wait, he's going to the Suns?
Damian Lee agreed to a 1-year deal to stay with Phoenix.
So what's interesting here is
They
that
have made 3 moves already.
4, I believe.
Did
Now
they
that
make a
makes 4.
4th?
Drew Ebanks,
Yes, you're right. I forgot about
Josh
Eubanks.
Okogie, Keita Bates-Diop, and now Damian Lee. So they had 5 guys on their roster, 6 guys on
They're
their
already
roster.
up to 10.
Now they're filling out the roster with vet minimum players early. And
Lee is a 2-year deal with a player option.
interesting. Damian Lee, also famously known as Steph Curry's brother-in-law.
I was going to say, I knew there was some sort of something that I knew him from. Former Warrior, but I knew it was because of the Steph Curry stuff right there. Wow. A little bit of a flurry here early on.
I mean, we expected that. How many moves has that been now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So people were saying Josh Hollinger, Mark Stein, they all were saying 15 moves in the first 5 minutes. Wrong. Only 12.
Do you want to roll through, just kind of a recap, if you want to take the lead on that, feel more than free. As we do have some more new audience in here, we're up to 600 people watching. We're going to keep you up to date with everything going on across the NBA. There's already been a flurry of moves that went down. Really, the first one, though, Draymond Green back to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of expected that Draymond was going to go back, right? Like, we heard the pipe dream of Damian Lillard that said he wants Jeremy Grant and Draymond Green to be his front court, and then he'd be happy in Portland. Obviously, that's not going to happen. Draymond, probably the only place in the NBA he could get $25 million a year for 4 years at his age point, and it makes sense. I mean, he's the perfect Warrior. He has basically been the Warriors' system and culture for the past 8-9 years. It makes sense to reward him with another long contract.
Then Trey Lyles comes in with a 2-year deal, getting paid $8 million per. Going back to the Kings. The Kings, a young and upcoming team. They need help at that power forward spot, and Trey Lyles is going to come back, I think, with a bigger role this year. Karis LeVert, $16 million rolling. I thought he was a guy that was going to be mid-level exception type of money. I thought the Knicks could be interested. But, man, he's out of their price point here at $16 million per.
Yeah, I mean, LeVert getting $16 per year is kind of crazy to me. And it really makes me intrigued because there's a lot of buzz between the Cavs potentially trying to sign Georges Niang and Max Strus.
As we are getting official details on Bruce Brown, 2 years, $45 million for Bruce Brown.
Okay.
That is a lot of cheddar. As the amateur NBA account, I don't know if this is the guy, though.
Probably. He said Bruce Brown of Pacers was done.
Well, this guy only has 472 followers.
Never mind then.
He says breaking blockbuster 3-team deal sends Damian Lillard to the Sixers and Harden to the Clippers.
See, that's not nice.
That is not nice. Wow. Bruce Brown, 2 years, $45 million.
Now this
he's a good player. He's not worth that.
This list of 4 is pretty insane to me. You get Kobe White on a 3-year.
This is the overpaid list right here.
I actually
Torian Prince is fair.
Yeah, Torian Prince, that's a good deal.
I like Torian Prince.
Yeah, we know he's a Nick killer. I remember doing that game with you.
Jesus Christ, dude. What was he, 9 of 9 from 3?
Dude, he could not miss a 3. It was absolutely incredible. But Bruce Brown, 2 for 45. I think
that's a lot, dude.
That's a massive win for him. Because here's my thing, right? Like, Indiana's not going to compete for a title in the next 2 years. So Bruce Brown just cashed in the bag, 22.5 per, and then gets to go into free agency when the cap is increased. So he's going to get another big contract if he plays well, where he probably will likely sign for a contender. So he gets his money now, and then will get to go and try to win his championship with his next contract. Bruce Brown might be the biggest winner of free agency already.
He's a good player. He's not worth $22.5 million.
No, I completely agree. He does exactly what Josh Hart does, and I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier that they're going to get likely the same contract. We expected Browns to be probably longer than 2 years, but 2 for 45, man. Good for Brown.
I mean, the fact that Josh Hart opted into his contract, he's getting paid $12.9 million this year. He's going to sign a 4-year, $82 million extension. And he's going to be getting paid almost $95 million over 5 years. But, man, almost $23 million per year. That's a lot. Josh Hart not even getting paid $20 million per year. I will take that to the bank. Brown's a good player. But, man, that's a lot of money. Think about it like this. He's getting paid $22.5. I think Jalen Brunson's getting paid $25.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Jalen Brunson's contract, I think, is the best in the NBA, right? Like, Bruce Brown's getting
That's a lot of money for a role player, dude.
Bruce Brown getting $2.5, $3 million less than Jalen Brunson is insane because they're not even close in the same category and, like, play style. Like, it's pretty bad, actually, if you really think about it.
It's ridiculous. Kyle Kuzma, I was expecting 4 years, $100 million, but I was not expecting the Washington Wizards.
That's 23, no.
That's like 25 and a half.
Yeah, horrible.
25 and a half right there, I think.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
Okay.
25 and a half. I think I like that number for Kuzma. I know there was
I don't think that's an overpay.
No, I think it's actually what he should have got paid. I know there was a report that came out pretty early that said Kuzma would want $30 million a year. Like, unlikely that he was going to get that, but 25 and a half is very fine. Oh.
What?
Wow. Jeremy Grant just signed a 5-year, $160 million deal to return to the Portland Trailblazers.
Where are you seeing that from?
Well, Shams just tweeted it.
Why is he not coming up in the live show? Wow. Jeremy Grant going back to the Portland Trailblazers for a whole lot of money. I'm still not seeing that, Rolly. Is this fake news?
I don't think I follow any fake Shams cards, so.
As it is official, that is the worst deal of free agency so far.
30 mil plus a year? Jeremy Grant is not that guy, pal.
$32 million per year.
That's ridiculous.
Does this signal to you that Dame is not being traded?
No,
Because
this
now
signals to me Damian Lillard is going to be traded.
he cannot be traded until December 21st or 11th now.
Who?
15th, Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, they're going to build with Jeremy Grant. That's kind of where I'm at.
That is a lot of money for Jeremy Grant, who I don't really think is that good.
He's not that much money good. I mean, this is outlandish money.
$32 million a year for Jeremy Grant?
I'm actually at a loss here. I don't know about you.
I think this means Dame is staying.
Why would he stay?
Why would Jeremy, get the bag, young fella, but why would they sign him to that deal if Dame's not staying?
Because I think if they go full rebuild, I think they believe that Scoot Henderson, Simon, Sharp, Jeremy Grant can win ball games.
There's no way they think that.
My question is, if Damian Lillard went to the Portland Trailblazers front office and said, I want you to build a roster around me or I'm going to request a trade. Even though he didn't say it, say that's out in the air, right? They just had Jeremy Grant on the roster this past year and they sucked.
That's my point.
So why would Dame think he's going to win with that team? To me, this screams, you didn't get Draymond like I wanted to. All you're doing is re-signing Jeremy Grant. You didn't make any big splashes. You drafted 2 young fellas, was picked 3 and 23. You did nothing that I wanted. I'm requesting a trade. To me, this screams Dame's going to be traded. Am I wrong in thinking that? I feel like he's going to get traded. Jeremy Grant does not move the needle.
I just tweeted out, the Trailblazers are the worst run organization in the NBA.
Oh, Porzingis, 2-year, $60 million extension.
So Kristaps Porzingis, after being traded to the Boston Celtics, is signing a 2-year, $60 million extension. So that will tack on for next year. And I think his player option this year was
It's more than that.
$35 million.
Yeah, he's getting paid
3 years,
this season.
damn near 3 years, $95 million for him. Did Aroldis Chapman get traded to the Rangers? It's a little NBA stuff. As free agent Troy Brown has agreed to a deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Troy Brown used to be a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, is signing with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's interesting.
A little depth piece there. He's probably, 2 years, $6 million? I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of money there for Troy Brown. I cannot believe Jeremy Grant got $160 million and Bruce Brown got $22.5 million. Wow, oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, this is a pretty good deal for Boston for Kristaps Porzingis, Marsh. Think about this. Porzingis, to me, is a better player than Jeremy Grant. I get injury history.
On court, when healthy, yes.
Porzingis is getting paid less in that extension to Jeremy Grant's new deal.
That's incredible. Jeremy Grant deal of
Oh, you're right. Jeff Passan literally just tweeted out the Rangers acquired Aroldis Chapman.
Okay, because I saw that. I saw that from a Knicks beat reporter.
So you were not wrong about that, Marsh.
Why is Max Strus not signed with the Cavs yet? I guess does the LeVert deal take them out of that business?
That was kind of my line of thinking. I didn't really have that as a possibility of LeVert returning for that much money. So maybe it does take him now.
Wow. Johnson uses Max Strus is signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers, 4-year, $64 million deal per source. Where are your sources, Johnson? None of this fake BS today, Johnson.
Johnson, you's a liar.
No fake news in the chat, Johnson.
I was gonna say 4 for 64.
That's a lot.
That is $18 million a year. That's an absolute egregious.
I have not seen anyone say that yet. I have not seen anybody say that.
Absolute chaos. I really wish I had a laptop to be able to look at the chat and tweet deck.
Yeah, why don't you?
Because I just was going to leave mine in there because I have a setup in the other studio. And I was like, why would Seeps need his laptop to film this?
As Nick Davidov is in the chat saying, no, not yet. I have not seen that happen yet. I
still can't get over the Blazers.
We're
signing.
getting a whole lot of trolls in the chat saying Donte DiVincenzo, 3-year deal, $26 million with the Raptors.
What's up with no DiVincenzo, the big ragu, to New York? What's up with that, Marsh?
They want to avoid the tampering.
We're far across. It's been almost 30 minutes since free agency started. I think it's fair to avoid the tampering.
There has been no report of Max Strus or Donte DiVincenzo at all. Donte is not a Knick yet. He is not a Knick yet. I think, what is your, let's go back through the tracker here. We're seeing a little audience spike while that was up. Not the best move. Let's go list by list. We'll pick one player. I have a game here, Rolly.
Okay. We'll start with the
first wave. Draymond, Trey Lyles, Karis LeVert, Drew Eubanks. What is the best value deal here?
I'm going to go Drew Eubanks. And I know it says the full details are TBD, but Keith Smith tweeted out earlier that it was the minimum for 2 years. And I think that, I know you're going to sound crazy when it's Trey Lyles, LeVert, and Draymond Green on screen, but Eubanks on a 2-year minimum deal to be the backup center for DeAndre Ayton, as the Suns are a loaded roster that just need a lot of vet min players to fill it out around them. Eubanks is a perfect backup center, and they had to know they were going to get a good backup center on a cheap deal when they let Jock Landale hit free agency as an unrestricted free agent. So I think Eubanks is my favorite move on this list of 4 when it comes to value and impact on their team.
Yeah, I honestly think that everyone was a little bit overpaid. We don't know the details on Eubanks right here, as we are getting Reggie Jackson, 2 years, $10 million with a player option year 2 to return to the Denver Nuggets. So Reggie Jackson, Rolly, after he was literally, I think he got 1 game of minutes in the NBA Finals, back with the Denver Nuggets. Reggie Jackson signing a 2-year, $10 million deal to return.
It's weird because he didn't really play in the NBA Finals.
At all.
So that's a pretty decent-sized contract to hand a guard that you didn't even play in the Finals. Maybe they're hoping that in a full year, because they got him in the buyout market, maybe they're hoping in a full year he can make a difference.
As Jake Fisher is saying, he's being told a key option for the Lakers with their mid-level exception is veteran guard Eric Gordon, a long-standing trade deadline target for Rob Pelinka's front office. Gordon is believed to have several offers around that range.
I'm curious to see if that ends up being the case. Does that take him out of Austin Reeves territory? I know they couldn't get Reeves for the mid-level, but that's $12 million.
Talking about the Lakers?
Yeah.
I think the Lakers are going to match any deal Austin Reeves signs.
They do have bird rights, so they can do that.
He's a bird rights, restricted free agent. Wow. Somebody. That's a joke.
What?
You know that Photoshop I tweeted out earlier with Van Gundy, Mark
Yeah.
Jackson? Someone literally took that picture and tweeted it out, and it has like 1,000 likes.
Oh, that's annoying.
That's a joke. That's a freaking joke. This next list of 4, Rolly, favorite signing. Doesn't have to be value, doesn't have to be monetary. I honestly like the Taurean Prince deal here from the Lakers. Defender
I
at the
did too.
wing spot, can spot up from 3. Maybe I'm overreacting because he put a freaking knife in the heart of myself as a Knicks fan that game and ruined a 60-point game from Randall. I think Prince is going to fit well next to LeBron.
I do, and I think Taurean Prince for $4.5 million on 1 year is a really good forward off the bench that can hit threes and defend. I hate to pick the same player as you, Marsh, but I really do think Prince is the best value on this list. Bruce Brown is overpaid. Kobe White is overpaid for what his role is.
He's a good player. I like him as my maybe second guard off the bench.
But 13.33
yeah,
mil a year?
That's a bit much for me.
Good on that.
With Kobe White. I don't mind the Kuzma price point. That's right about where I thought he would come in. I thought he was right about $4 million, 4 years, $100 million, excuse me. I don't. Maybe that's got to be the biggest offer he had, right? Why else would he go back to Washington?
Yeah, I'm assuming that Washington conveyed him that he's going to be their number 1 option for next year, him and Jordan Poole, and we're going to pay you like it, and here's a good contract. Actually, now that I think about it, Poole's getting paid more than Kuzma.
Poole's was 4 years, 120. He was
Yeah.
$30 million a year.
Oof.
$30 million a year. This next list here, Rolly, is the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns. As we're also getting news, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 2-year deal back to Minnesota.
I hate NIW. I don't think he's a good player.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker goes back to the Timberwolves
But
on a 2-year deal.
you talk about this list right here, Marsh. I think the value you're going to see from the Suns here. Oh,
The Lakers are interested. Sorry, interested. Never mind. It was Eric Gordon. I thought it was signed.
oh, Jesus.
It was like a breaking tweet from Legion Hoops blows.
Legion
dude.
Hoops does blow.
Legion Hoops blows.
Oh, are you back?
What was your letter grade for the Kobe White signing?
Oh my God!
You
What a
biased
homer.
loser.
No ball, Seeps. No ball.
Learn some ball, kid.
What are you looking for?
So the $7 million in incentives. So it's 3 years, 33.
No, it's pretty bad. I'm going to choose Keita Bates-Diop as my favorite player on this list because I've already...
I don't love any of these guys, and these are all scrappy. Do anything you can to get minutes for the Suns. Fill the stat sheet somehow.
They're vet men guys who are chasing rings.
Wow. Seeps, don't film that video. Free agent guard Javon Carter has agreed to a 3-year, $20 million deal with the Chicago Bulls. I'm going to ask it, Rolly.
All right,
What the hell are the Bulls doing?
The Bulls suck.
Javon, what are you doing? This man's high-stepping.
Chicago kid. Chicago kid. He's coming home.
This man is high-stepping about 2 guards making $50 million that are scrubs. Rolly, that's a bad deal.
Horrible deal.
We love Javon Carter. We call him Deuce McBride on steroids. He ain't worth $7 million per year.
Who did I player comp him in the NBA draft?
Which was a terrible player
wasn't.
comp. Yes, it was.
Oh, it was Sasser.
Sasser, bad player comp.
Good comp.
Sasser has more bag than him.
No chance. I got to go grab my laptop.
All right, some other deals that have happened so far. Remember, stick with us. We're keeping you up to date as on the latest free agency news. If you guys super chat, by the way, we'll pop your comments, questions, whatever it takes up on screen, and we'll talk about it. Jeremy Grant, probably the shocker of the day so far, getting $32 million per season. He goes back to Portland on a 5-year, $160 million deal. Rolly hints that Damian Lillard is gone. And here's Brian Windhorst on ESPN talking about Lillard to the Philadelphia 76ers. Kristaps Porzingis, he was traded to the Boston Celtics a couple of weeks ago, probably about a week ago at this point. He signs a 2-year extension worth $30 million per year to remain a Boston Celtic for the next 3 years. Troy Brown Jr., former member of the Los Angeles Lakers, is going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Excuse me. The Javon Carter contract will come out of the Bulls non-taxpayer mid-level exception. Wow. If Javon Carter is getting $8 million and you're getting DiVincenzo at $12 million, that's a steal. That's a steal. Free agent forward Chimizi Mitu has agreed to a 1-year deal with the Suns. I don't know much about him. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Chimizi Mitu. You know anything about him, Rolly? No. All right. We'll chat. We'll see if we can do some more research on this. And then somewhat of another shocker for me was Reggie Jackson back to the Denver Nuggets. A guy that was really almost out of the rotation in the NBA Finals for the Nuggets. Reggie was the guy that played, I think, in one of those games right before halftime, I explicitly remember. But he is back with the Denver Nuggets on a 2-year deal, getting paid about $5 million annually. We're seeing more and more buzz about Eric Gordon being a player of interest for the Los Angeles Lakers. If anything comes out of that, we will keep you in the loop. Aiden Wren coming in with a super chat. Aiden, we appreciate you. He says, what's the latest with the Knicks? Love your work. I love you, so thank you for appreciating me and the work. Latest, Rolly? There really is no latest. I want the Knicks to be active, but with the way that this roster is shaken out and the cap space they have, all they can really do is spend that non-taxpayer mid-level exception, which is about $12.4 million annually. I'm going to keep my eyes on Donte DiVincenzo. We talked about Bruce Brown as an option, and he got an absolute bag from the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks are locked in on DiVincenzo right now.
I feel like Bruce Brown, or I'm not Bruce Brown, Donte DiVincenzo is the only big signing the Knicks are going to make. And if you classify that as like big, they might grab a couple veteran guys, right? But like when you talk about impact players on your roster, if it's going to be through free agency and not via the trade, I think DiVincenzo is who the Knicks are looking at as their main guy.
Yeah, oh my God, how did I miss this?
What?
I feel terrible. Can you see that?
See distance. I don't see name or number.
Rob, too.
Okay. How long ago?
40 minutes.
Oh.
I feel awful. Rob Rodriguez, if you are still watching, we freaking love you. Rob Rodriguez has been the Super Chat MVP of the show so far. My phone was getting blown up with Twitter notifications, so I turned it face down. But Rob Rodriguez has sent in a $200 Venmo. Rob Rodriguez. Hey! Type those double R's in the chat. Rob Rodriguez, we appreciate you, brother. Yes, the Knicks are going to do some. Donte DiVincenzo will be a Knick here. Rob, I'm glad you're still in the chat, brother. I don't know how I missed that. I hadn't been looking at my phone, but he also sent a note in there. He said, sign the big ragu, trade for Giannis, quickly Randall, and 3 first-round picks in 2024, and trade for Klay Thompson.
Wow.
If that happened, the Knicks would be winning it all.
Klay Thompson moves the needle?
And Giannis.
Oh, Giannis. I forgot that part.
Yes. So I think those two guys do move the needle. Rob, I'm doing a beer shot fund for you. Shout out to Rob Rodriguez. We appreciate you, my man. You are an absolute freaking legend. Holy shit.
I don't think I've ever seen you do one of these, Marsh.
Have you ever done one of these?
No.
It's much easier.
I don't shotgun well.
Me either. I never did, but it's much easier than what the shot fun. So you poke it in.
You're saying it's easier than the shot fun?
Yes.
Like it.
Easier.
Does it come out quicker? Oh, spillage. We got a disaster. Oh, we got a disaster on aisle 9. Clean up on aisle 9.
We're good. We're good.
Borelli, you've switched over to the Knicks channel. I saw you on the main earlier.
I need a napkin out there. I need a napkin.
Oh, Marsh, you're one of a kind.
Oh, Rob Rodriguez.
Did you go through all of them while I was gone for that split second?
I couldn't move them, so no.
Okay, so you just talked about these?
I talked about those guys. My arm is soaked.
Yeah.
My arm is soaked. I don't know what I did wrong there, to be honest. I don't know.
Well, I've never done it, so I can't answer that question for you, but chaos, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Rolly, what do we got here? Yo, can I get a napkin in here? Please?
I tell you what, Knicks Now and Marshall Green are one of a kind, folks.
My hand is moist.
One of a
My
kind.
arm is, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I am dripping wet right now.
I mean, we talked about these four a little bit here. Grant, overpay, Kristaps Porzingis getting a 2-year extension with Boston, who we just got traded to and from. A little bit of a good deal there.
I tried to do a beer shot fun, and it exploded on me. Yeah. Shout out to Matthew Peterson, former Knicks Now producer. Shout out to Pete. He got 2 big time for us over on the Cleveland Browns report.
Troy Brown and Reggie Jackson, those moves do not move the needle. And the last 3 signings to be had, NAW, Javon Carter, and Metu.
We've kind of hit a little bit of a standstill over the last couple of minutes.
I mean,
The last deal was 5 minutes ago.
And that was like Metu's deal. What's
Yeah,
up with that?
Chimizi Mitua.
Chimezie.
Chimezie Metu.
That's what I'm going with.
Nick Davidov, who is right there as well in the Super Chat MVP race, says, trade OG or RJ Barrett for OG. What do you think of that?
Say that again?
Trade RJ Barrett for OG and Newbie, a.k.a. Ananobi.
If it was straight up, I would do it. Better 3-point shooter, right? Better defender.
Jason B., a legend, says, last year I wouldn't do OG for Barrett, but this year I would.
Where's
My only thing I would say, though, Rolly, is if you're going to trade for OG and Ananobi, you need someone at the 2-guard spot that can create their own shot and get to the rim. OG doesn't get to the rim like RJ. He's a better catch-and-shoot player, no doubt, better defender. But RJ kind of keeps that offense moving a little bit. As we do have breaking news, George Niang has signed a 3-year, $26 million contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
That
George
contract
Niang
stinks.
goes from Philly to Cleveland, 3 years, $26 million.
that contract stinks?
Does it?
Yeah.
8.5 mil?
Dude, he sucks.
He hasn't shot less than 40% from 3 in 4 seasons.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he knocks down threes. That's all he does.
He doesn't do shit.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, all they want to do is shoot threes.
Well, they've got their
High pick and roll, shoot threes.
they've got their core 4, so all they need to do is surround the 4 with shooters, and it'll get going. Why didn't they sign Max Strus? I want this. Jay Liv, you want this? You want Strus?
No, I don't want Strus.
Jay Liv wants this Strus.
If the Knicks sign Max Strus, I'm going to be pissed.
Why?
Because he sucks.
No, he doesn't.
He's only going to be good for the Miami Heat.
Dude, you can't talk about DiVincenzo being good and Max Strus being bad.
DiVincenzo is a better basketball player than Strus.
No.
Yes. He's a better defender. He's a better ball handler. He's a better playmaker. And honestly, he shot better from 3 than him this year.
Strus is one of the main reasons. they
How
ain't made it to
can
the
you
NBA
hate
Finals.
on George Niang but hype up Max Strus?
Oh my God, Strus does everything better besides shoot the basketball. And it's
Niang rebounds better.
does he?
I'm not calling Strus as a guy that checks the boxes outside of shooting. Maybe I'm wrong.
Off
He
the
hit some
bench,
big shots. He hit some big shots against the Knicks. A good shooter. Borderline, great shooter.
I tell you what, the picture Woj used for George Niang, brutal photo.
Yeah. Not a good look for him.
No.
Not a good look.
My first look at that, this dude's got gray hair and he looks miserable.
You think Strus is better than Donte?
Yeah, and I think it will be shown by the contract he gets.
I just think that it's going to be recency bias with Max Strus. And I also think he's already hit his peak.
Strus was really good last year. He was arguably better last year than he was this year.
I don't know.
Did get a $2 super chat from Ant Ben Rod.
My man Ant Benrod 99 in the building as Kyrie Irving has agreed to a $426 million contract to return to the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving, you are a Dallas Maverick. F Dallas, F the Mavs. We should have freaking had that pick. F the Dallas Mavericks.
Boo.
Kyrie Irving.
I will say this, to be fair, I know there was a lot of speculation on what Kyrie can do. He's taken meetings.
He was
blah,
never
blah.
leaving this.
He was never leaving.
He was never leaving. It was all to drive up the price. As Aunt Ben Rod
3
says,
for 126 is kind of cheap. Like, you might think not, but
that's $42 million a year.
he was, you know what he could have got, though? His max was like 5 for 290.
Well, 5 for 290 is how much per year?
Like 50 plus.
Yeah, 58. So he comes in at $15 million per year, less than the max on average. Wow.
Interesting.
Wow. Aunt Ben Rod says, where do you think Fred VanVleet goes? I think he's a Rocket.
Yeah. I got to be honest. I kind of hope he is a Rocket because that means the Raptors are going to go after Gabe Vincent, and I want him gone too.
Are the Knicks and the Heat the only people that haven't made moves yet?
I wouldn't say the only team.
It feels like it.
It certainly does feel like it. But the Bucks haven't made
Feels
a
like
move.
NBA trade deadline day all over again.
Oh my God, that day sucked. Well, at least the Knicks acquired Josh Hart the day before.
That's
the
fair.
Heat were one of 3 teams that didn't make a single trade at the deadline.
That is true. That is true. We are, ladies and gentlemen, $250 away from doing a beer boot. I'm doing a beer boot on the stream. That's a boot, 3 beers. I'm chugging, and we're going to do that. This is our super chat menu for today. Not sure if you have been doing this. We'll have Seeps catch up on it, though.
Oh.
Well, he has his I don't know where it is, though. Every 200 likes, we're going to spin the wheel. We just crossed 200 a couple minutes ago, so we'll spin that wheel in a second. Every $5 super chat, we're going to put your name on the raffle to win a New York Knicks Now t-shirt. Also, if you send in a $100 super chat, I'm going to do a beer shot fund. You're going to go on our Hall of Fame board, as it is official. Kyrie Irving going back to the Dallas Mavericks for a 3-year, $126 million deal. $100 super chat, you go into our Knicks Now backboard Hall of Fame. And if we get to 1,000, we said 500, it's actually going to be 1,000. And we're going to do it at 1,000.
Now, I don't want to put you on the spot here, Marsh.
Oh, Lord.
But did you account for Rodriguez's 200?
I did not.
And that puts you at 50 away?
Yeah, 50 away. My math is off. We're 50 away from a beer boot.
Marsh is going to, after we sign off tonight and we're walking home, he might nudge me in the back for mentioning that. But I just do it for you guys.
I forgot. No, I appreciate it. We're all about transparency here. $50 away from doing a beer boot on today's show. And I can't wait. I'm thirsty. Let's do it.
I feel like this name here has been gone for a while.
And they're back today.
But it made its return today.
And I have no idea who it is.
I know who it is.
It's not Johnson.
Yes,
Yu.
it is.
That is not Johnson.
It is Johnson Yu with Rolly Stinks. Struce sucks. He's only good because of Spoelstra's system. Wow. Joe Ingles going to the Orlando Magic.
Wow.
Interesting move. Very strange move.
Do you think they gave him a little bag?
Dude, Ingles is so old.
Joe, 3-time All-Star Chris Middleton is back to the Milwaukee Bucks. 3 years, $102 million. I will say this, if you were a Knicks fan that was hoping for absolute chaos in Milwaukee and Giannis asking out, Chris Middleton coming back is not the best news for that.
Yeah. A lot of people re-signing, Marsh. Middleton, Kyrie, Jeremy Grant.
You're right. There has
dudes
been a
re-signing.
lot of coming back home.
I mean, the latest big news, Chris Middleton. Interesting.
Chris Middleton, 3 years, $102 million. I think that's good value.
What is that? 34
million.
What did he opt out of? 40?
I don't remember.
Or did he get declined 40?
I don't know. Yoo-hoo says, will Brook Lopez return?
I don't know their money situation, but
They lose him. That's a big loss.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of rumors that the Rockets could throw a bag at him. So,
Seeps was pushing some Warriors agenda.
yeah, he's not going to the Warriors. They don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
They're already
It'd have
way
to be
over
a
the cap
sign
as
and
it
trade.
is.
Yeah, agreed. As Bill comes in with a $5 super chat.
And
Nick DeVito with a $50 super chat.
Oh, I am so freaking smart. I know ball, man. Jakob Poeltl, 4-year, $80 million deal to go back to Toronto. And sorry, I'm just going a quick tangent. We were talking on the main chat sports channel about Jakob Poeltl, and they asked me, Poeltl, whatever, asked me what he could fetch in free agency, and I said $20 million per year. I think people view him on the same level as Nikola Vucevic. They looked at me with some weird eyes, nailed it. And Cam Johnson's back.
Wow. So a flurry of moves right here. We'll come back to the super chats. Let's hit this one first. Bill, my Twitter is absolutely messed up right now. Way too many Twitter notifications. I will check all those once I get off the show. I appreciate you tagging me. It means a lot. Thank you, brother. I saw you actually chopping it up with license plate guy. That's awesome. Shout out to you, Bill. Bill, $5 super chat. He's entering the raffle to win a t-shirt. If you send in a $5 super chat, you go on our wheel of names to win a raffle. Then Nick Davidov with a $50 super chat. Davidov and Rob Rodriguez have been MVPs of today's show, going back and forth. Davidov, we appreciate you, and we are officially over $1,000 in super chats. And I owe a beer boot. As Jason B. Love that. He says $10. Nice work, Nick. Get the boot. You're right, Jason. Let's get the boot. Fill the boot.
Das Boot.
Fill the boot. Fill the boot.
But Cam Johnson, the latest big-time news in the NBA circles, 4 years, $108 million for Cameron Johnson to stay with the Brooklyn Nets. Big-time move from the fellas across the pond in
What do you
New
think
York.
of Cam Johnson getting more than Kyle Kuzma?
Wow, I didn't think about it like that.
Younger? I would think.
Are they? Cam Johnson
Cam
came
Johnson's
in the
an
league
old young guy. He's an old young guy. That is true.
Hold on. Cam Johnson age. I got to see this.
Well, I've already declared it, and I tweeted out the Portland Trail Blazers are the worst run organization in the NBA. I'm taking Cam Johnson, Chris Middleton, and Kyle Kuzma over Jeremy Grant.
I agree. And you ready for this?
He's older.
Same age.
Same age. Okay.
Kyle Kuzma and Cameron Johnson
What are they, both 27?
are both 27 years old.
27 years old. Who would you rather have, Cam Johnson or Kyle Kuzma?
Depends on roster construction.
Just straight up.
I think I lean Kuzma.
Lean Kuzma? Okay.
They're both forwards. As Nick DeVito!
DeVito back again with a $20 super chat. As Jake Fisher is reporting, Cleveland still hopes to work out a sign-and-trade scenario to bring Max Strus to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Interesting. I mean, that just makes me happy because if the Heat can get something for someone they were going to lose already, that just makes my day.
Davidov comes in with a $20 super chat, and I got a Happy Dad beer boot. It's cold as the Rockies. The carbonation is pure. I'm going to be burping all night, but I'm here. You are more than welcome. You want to hop on the mic? Sure, yeah. I would love for you to hop on the mic.
Is that set up?
It is set up.
For camera-wise, too? I'd have to
I don't know
manually
about all
do it.
that, but PD's going to hop on the mic.
You are now, I think.
Okay, so cold as the Rockies or as cold as the Knicks Twitter feed? Because they've done nothing. And
Hey,
are they
be
going
nice,
to do something?
Matthew. Be nice, Matthew.
Very mean.
We have already signed Donte DiVincenzo 2 weeks ago. We're just doing what we can to avoid the tampering charges.
Learning from last year's mistakes. I applaud that.
Oh, my goodness. What do you think of your Bulls moves early on?
I think the Kobe White move
They both
is...
suck.
I don't hate it. I was giving Seats shit. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it. Kobe White, I'm not a fan of, but it's not a dramatic overpay.
No.
So, you can't be too upset. And then as for Carter, you needed another guard because you're down a guard with no Lonzo for the rest of eternity. but he's no Lonzo Ball replacement.
No.
So
Does this mean our buddy Io DeSumo is gone?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know if it's that drastic. I don't think there was that much money tied up to either contract to keep the Fighting Illini out of Illinois.
Love that. As Nick Davidov back again with a $20 super chat. This man is on a mission today.
Back again.
To be our super chat MVP. And if you are the super chat MVP, we're going to ship you a Knicks jersey of your choice for a current player. And all the gang here at Chat Sports will sign it. Matthew Peterson included. All righty. I'm going to take down this beer boot. I guess I keep calling it a beer boot, but it's really a Happy Dad boot.
Yeah, just a boot.
We started today's show with a full case of Happy Dads, and there's like 4 left. Good thing we have more ammunition in the chamber in the kitchen.
Yes, sir, we do.
We came prepared today. We came prepared today. Let's do this. If you are subscribed to New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports, I want you to type me in the comments section as we have officially been live for 2 hours on today's show. Type me down below, and while I do this Happy Dad boot, Rolly's going to give some shout-outs. Shout-outs to you guys.
Chug, 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 chug. Brunson the GOAT as Teacher Planet. Carl! I haven't seen Carl in a while. What's up? Michael, Colin, Kat, Yoo-Hoo, Mason, Jay Liv, Marvin, Randall, Will, and one edits. Michael, BSG, Shipmaster Kyle, John, Steve. Oh, he had to take a break.
It's so cold.
Ben Boss as Nick Davidov with another 20. But Robos, Franco, Jordan, Ahmed,
I'm struggling, Rolly.
Unique, Ulysses, Michael. Get chugging, you little weasel. I got him with the laugh.
Oh my.
Knicks for life. Big June Sports Talk. Yoo-hoo. Webb, Danielle, Brian. Get chugging. Rich, Marvin. Oh, we had to stop again. Big L. This is an L for Marshall.
A big one.
John, Shooter Kendrick, Nick Davidov says me. Ginger Turtle, Diverse, Andros, Rob Rodriguez.
Rob, I'm dying, Rob. I'm dying, dude. I'm dying.
With Jake, Keith Jackson.
Dude, Get
it finished.
Oh, dude, I need you to shut up. Well, I need to do this in peace. I need to be
You told
focused.
me to do shout-outs.
I needed that. Hit the like button. Let's go. Why do we only have 298 likes, Rolly? What the hell are you doing back there?
That is sad.
Are you checking your checklist? You checking it twice?
I tell you what, don't show this elsewhere.
I don't know if I can finish this, dude.
Oh my God, there's so little left. Get it done.
This is half a calf
Robert
muscle.
Rodriguez says he's going to take back the 200.
You can have it. I can't do this. Not.
Yeah. Danielle Logan says Podol 4 years for what is it? Podol or what is it? Poodle? Podol.
Jakob Poeltl.
Hurdle. Makes no sense.
Mr. D Flat says Chase. You didn't finish. I'm not Chase.
Jakob Poeltl with a 4-year, $80 million deal.
I am not Chase, Mr. D Flat. Yeah. What do we got? Give me a plate.
Brunson the GOAT says Max Strus to the Knicks for $64 million.
Fake news. Fake news.
It is fake.
If you fake news in the chat, blocked. Or at least timeout. Jakob Poeltl. All right. I'm finishing this. My stomach feels like it's already going to explode.
Podol.
Poeltl. You just did. Pearl. Toll.
Hurdle.
Yep.
Oh! Rob Rodriguez! Bang! $100 super chat. I'm drinking vicariously through you. Robert. 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 Robert.
Rob Rodriguez. $100 super chat for Rob Rodriguez. I need to burp so bad.
Let's go. This guy is a stud.
Rob Rodriguez is a GOAT.
I mean, he is a legend. Trey Jones, 2-year, $20 million deal to go back to the San Antonio Spurs.
That's a good little bag for Trey.
10 mil per.
It's a good little bag for Trey Jones. I think DiVincenzo might not. I think he might be out of the mid-level exception price point.
He might be a Raptor.
The fact that Trey Jones is getting $10 million per. Wow. I'd be in absolute shambles if the Knicks don't get Donte DiVincenzo. What do you think about you doing a beer boot at $1,500? All right, cool.
All right, you heard that? We are
What are we at?
300 away. No. Yeah, 328 away from
328.
a shot or a beer boot from Patrick Seatman when he returns.
We are $328 away from Patrick Seatman. He's going to come back into the building, and he will do a beer boot, another beer, well, Happy Dad boot, if we get to $328 in Super Chats. I don't know if I should be worried yet about Donte DiVincenzo.
I mean, this is an interesting contract because I would put Trey Jones in maybe a slightly less, but close
If
enough
he signed
tier.
a 3-year deal at the full mid-level exception, that would be 3 years, $37 million. And that seems a little rich for me.
That's what I had Gabe Vincent at.
I like DiVincenzo at 3 years, 30, and I'm not complaining about $7 million, right? But I view him as more of a $10 million guy than a $12.5 million guy. As I'm gonna eat this wing right here.
I am so hungry.
Caden in the chat says, "Yo, Marsh, what is up? Just hanging with the homies." He says, "Sitting on the edge of my seat, hoping we sign DiVincenzo. We need to. Bring Donte DiVincenzo to New York City. Let's go." A lot of people have called the New York Knicks mid on Twitter. The Bulls are the most mid franchise in the NBA. No. Trey Jones, 2 years, $20 million. Strus, Miami, Cleveland, and Team X are working on a 3-team deal for Max Strus. Big June Sports Talk says, "What about Seth Curry?" I like Seth Curry. I worry about his lineup versatility. I worry about if Seth Curry and Jalen Brunson can play on the floor together at the same time, considering they're both undersized guards that are kind of liabilities on the defensive end. But no doubt, Big June, that he is a knockdown three-point shooter, and he is someone that the Knicks would sign and get better at. Get better if they did sign him, excuse me. So If you strike out on DiVincenzo, which I honestly don't see being an option, I would pursue Curry. Stephen Brown says Max Strus got the bag. He has not signed yet. Danielle says you heard about the McDermott rumor. I'm not sure exactly which McDermott rumor you're talking about, but Bill Simmons predicted that the Knicks would trade Evan Fournier to the San Antonio Spurs, and the Knicks would get back Doug McDermott, and they would maybe have to give up a pick in that as well. That is what I've heard. Yes, Danielle, that is the rumor I have heard. Fournier for McDermott. Wow. We've already been live for 2 hours on the show today. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in to today's show. Seeps, you want to do a little recap of what's going on? Rolly was using those list logos, and it looked really good.
The listicles?
Yeah. Of the free agency tracker. It was like a list 4 logo, and it was with all the deals. It looked really good. Michelle says, I need a knee man. Michael says, I need a Knicks female in my life. Maybe this YouTube chat's where you'll find them. Maybe this YouTube chat is where you will find them. You wanna take the lead on this piece right here as we just kind of recap everything that's gone down in NBA free agency so far. Couple of moves have happened. Trace Gerard is in the studio saying he's parched. Well, I wish you were parched 20 minutes ago because I said to do a beer boot, and I am struggling. You hosted? Oh.
I know, dude. Are you kidding me? I produced it. Yeah, I hosted a Lakers video.
That's what I thought you said. I was
1
like,
in 10.
that's freaking electric. Seeps, what do we have so far in the first hour and 8 minutes of NBA free agency?
I mean, that one dude wasn't lying when he said we're going to have 15 guaranteed deals off the rip. But Draymond was the first one to go. 4-year, $100 million deal there. Trey Lyles goes back to the Sacramento Kings. Karis LeVert, pretty hefty deal. I did not expect him to get 16. I thought he was a mid-level exception guy. But he comes back to Cleveland, who has been active, 2 years, $32 million deal. Drew Eubanks? Eubanks?
Yeah.
2-year deal with the
Rolly
Suns.
was hyping him up, dude. That makes me feel like he sucks.
That's a dude who's got a good highlight reel.
A good college highlight reel.
Yeah.
Rolly was trusting his scouting he did 3 years ago on Drew Eubanks.
There's a reason we don't know who that is. And then Kobe White went to the Bulls, 3 for $40.
What do you think about that? Give me your full, honest thoughts.
Okay, so I wanted them to retain Kobe. I did not want it to be 3 for $40. So originally a report came out, it was 3 for $33, and I was like, that's fine. Let's ride with that. Kobe White, he's coming off his worst year of his career, but this is a guy, I mean, he averaged 15 a game 2 years ago on 50 and 40 splits. Like, he is a bucket getter. $7 million of that isn't incentive-based. So I do think this means the Bulls are going to lose Aya DeSumo, especially we'll get to it here in a second, but they did sign Javon Carter. So Io might be out. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the direction of where the Bulls are going right now, but if they want to run it back, go for it. Bruce Brown's agent, biggest winner of free agency?
Yeah, 2 years, $45 million for that is incredible.
Bruce Brown. It's incredible.
He's a good player. He's not worth that.
No, it's not. Bill in the chat, shout out to you. Bill, I saw you met Tom Grossi on Twitter.
You did?
That's what's up. Shout out to Bill. And Bill, did he put your jersey on? Because you had him in a Giants jersey.
You had him in the Plaxico Burst jersey.
Yeah, I was like, so Bill, shout out to you. I was kind of stalking your Twitter this weekend, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but Bruce Brown, I mean, wow, 2 for 45. And then Taurean Prince gets the 1 for 4-5.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He can shoot it.
And plus, he killed the Lakers in that play-in game. Maybe that was a...
Yeah.
Oh, he signed it for you. That's what's up, Bill. That's pretty cool. And then Kuzma, hefty deal. I mean...
I'm not shocked at the money. I'm shocked he came back.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I mean, 25 a year for Kuz isn't bad at all. So he's back in Washington, and then the Suns are playing the let's just fill out our bench with
Yep.
vet min guys,
Yep.
and let's just see what happens. You know the meme where it's a bunch of the bald dudes on 2K? Like, that is going to be the Suns' bench this year. Even though I am a fan of Josh Okogie, and then Keita Bates, how do you pronounce his name?
Keita Bates Diop.
Keita Bates Diop. I've seen a couple clips on him on Twitter.
He's not bad.
He looks fun.
He's a scrappy player.
Yeah, he looks fun. And then Damian Lee, he's got the championship pedigree as well. But then this is when the news really starts coming. Jeremy Grant.
I cannot believe he's getting $32 million per year.
Dame, like, he has to be coming back, right? Like, why would the Trailblazers do this if they didn't think Dame was coming back? So he gets that massive deal, and then Kristaps gets his extension of 2-year, $60 million. So that's it. Yeah, Okogie is legit. I like him. I'm a fan of him.
And one edit says, Marsh, who would you rather trade, IQ or Obi? And then Michael says, Marsh loves IQ. I can answer for him, Obi. You're a real one. You're a real one. Yeah, I would keep Emmanuel quickly over Obi Top. No doubt about it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Reggie Jackson. While I think he's a solid player, he didn't even play in the finals, and he's coming back on $5 million.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Maybe they see him getting a bigger role with Bruce Brown leaving, but I expect Christian Brown to kind of take that next step for the Nuggets next season. Maybe he'll be.
That's a good point. Maybe he's a Bruce Brown replacement.
And then maybe they just want to keep Reggie Jackson in house for some reason. But yeah, I mean, a wild start. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Timberwolves fans are freaking out about this. They're acting like they just signed Jordan, so they're a big fan of that move.
Really?
Yes, they're freaking out right now. Then Javon Carter, I love to pick up for my Bulls. He's a Chicago guy, Westchester, Illinois, went to Press, Virginia. I'm a fan of him. He's got that dog in him. Pretty friendly deal. And then
Pretty friendly? $7 million a year?
Javon Carter's a bucket.
A bucket?
Not a bucket. He's a dog. I've always liked Javon Carter.
I do too. It just seems like a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's the going rate though. And then how do you see
Yeah,
this?
we struggle with this guy. Chimizi Metu is what we saw.
The Suns are really
They're vet-minning the hell out of people.
really vet-minning the hell out of people.
George Niang, all the Cavs want to do is shoot threes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder what this means for who is that one dude who
Chetty Osman.
Yeah.
Chetty could be out the door. And we have rumors that the Cavs are working on a deal to bring in Max Strus.
I guess all they want to do is shoot. But then this was the big news. Kyrie back to Dallas. I think it was the third year was a player option, if I saw that correctly.
I haven't seen that, but I would believe it. I believe it.
Yeah,
They're also saying Bruce Brown's second year is a team option.
team option, really.
Team option. Maybe if he doesn't live up to the bill, he's out of there.
Yeah, and then Ingles to Orlando. I missed that when we were going over the Bulls stuff. That's weird.
I don't get it.
That's weird.
Like, why would he not want to go play for a contender?
Wow. I didn't even notice that. Chris Middleton's back.
Yeah, Chris Middleton. The honest rumors might be dead.
Yeah, that's over. Wow. I mean,
I think those are all fair. Pirtle making a bag right there, though. $20 million for Pirtle.
see, I wonder if the Raptors overpaid a little bit just because they gave up 2 firsts at last year's deadline.
They had to bring him back.
You have to bring him back. But
100% agree with that.
as Nick Davidov
Back in the building. Mr. Nick Davidov. I do have bad news for you, though, Seeps.
What is the bad news? Or is this good news?
You got to add some people to the wheel because Rolly was not doing it at all.
I would do that once we wrap this up.
Once we get to a little bit of a standstill, we are going to need you to update that wheel at some point. I don't know where you left off, but somewhere. Davidov, we
Shout out to
appreciate you, brother. I'm taking a shot at tequila. Davidov has been electric all day long. He's been showing love. He tunes in damn near every show. So shout out to Davidov. He was on a MVP, Jalen Brunson type performance, day in and day out. We're getting low on the tequila. Might have to piece this together.
Tequila.
Shout out to Davidov. Let's ride.
All right, I will update the wheel. So Marsh, what do we do to get the chat going?
Woo!
Right now?
Let's do this, Seeps. Let's do this. I want the chat to name a player on the Knicks that you want me and Seeps to talk about. Name a player on the Knicks you want us to talk about. We will talk about it from every angle. What we think their future is with the Knicks. Will they trade him? Will they extend him? Whatever player you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it. So what we're going to do here, Seeps, is once some more questions get in there, more answers, I'm going to tell you to just point out a name blindfolded in the chat, and then you're going to pick them. Name a player on the Knicks you want us to talk about. We'll give you 20 seconds.
See, Aunt Ben Rod was in here earlier.
My man Aunt Ben Rod came in, hung out with the real ones.
Oh, Bill's in there. You already know Bill's taking advantage.
All righty.
Are we good?
We're good. Seeps, I want you to pick someone from the chat that you think we should talk about.
All right.
Maybe the most votes or a random, whatever. You make the call.
All right, I'm going to look away. 3, 2, 1. RJ Barrett. That was where my
RJ Barrett.
went.
Let's talk about RJ Barrett. I thought RJ Barrett in his fourth season took a little bit of a step back in the areas where I wanted to see him progress. I thought he became a worse three-point shooter, and that is reflected in the percentages. I thought that he became a worse defender, and that is replicated in the statistics. But we saw in the regular season, RJ Barrett had some highs. We saw in the playoffs, RJ Barrett had some highs as well. We'll go through some stats for RJ Barrett as well. And Seeps, feel free to chime in as well. Overall, year 4, what were your thoughts on RJ Barrett and what he did in the 73 games he played for the New York Knicks, where he averaged 19.6 points per game and was not the most efficient player?
Going into the postseason, I feel like we were a little lower on RJ than most people. And then I think coming out of it, I think maybe kind of changed our tune a little more.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because he wasn't good in the regular season by any means.
No. Like, I thought, and the statistics proved it, he got better around the rim from year 3 to year 4, and that's what you like to see. The field goal percentage went up. But Seeps, less than 3 assists, 31% from 3, and he was graded out as a bottom 30 defender in the NBA this past year.
Yeah. And we always said it, like, eye test, he always looks slow moving laterally. Like, I've always felt that about RJ. Like, I do think defense is a big effort thing, but just the way he sometimes moves on the perimeter, he just doesn't really have that quick twitch.
As we are getting breaking news, Gabe Vincent, 3 years, $33 million to go to the Los Angeles Lakers.
No way.
Gabe Vincent signing with the Los Angeles Lakers.
What a move.
An NBA free agency. Wow, Gabe Vincent. RJ did, though, if you look at the totality of the playoffs for RJ Barrett, these are the stats that he had. But I almost want to focus in more on that 8-game stretch where we know he was bad in game 1 and we know he was bad in game 2 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then he was good in the rest of the series. And he was also good in the series against the Heat, but he was bad in game 6.
Yeah.
So if you take out those 3 games and you look at that 8-game sample size, he was pretty good. What did you make of RJ Barrett's playoffs?
I mean, that run, he was great. We saw him, that catch and shoot, one dribble combo, where it's either he was pulling that 3 or he was, making that one dribble and getting to the rack. I felt like he improved as a role player, like as a role scorer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I always felt like RJ, like the only way he was scoring a lot was if it was like he was the show and like Brunson or Randall was out. But I felt like in the postseason, he just kind of fit into the offense pretty well. So I don't know. Like, what would you grade RJ's? Like, give him a 2K rating. 1 through 99.
80?
80? Yeah,
80?
probably right. Maybe a little higher.
Anywhere from an 80 to an 83. I'm not going higher than an 83, though.
Yeah.
How can RJ Barrett become an extremely valuable piece of this team, become a better defender, and become a reliable catch-and-shoot player?
I think number one's defensively.
Yeah, he needs to be a better defender.
If he becomes a dog defensively, that would open up. Also, fans would like him so much more. Where it's kind of like RJ should get to a point where it's like, you know he's going to bring it defensively every night. And then if he adds you that 20 a game, it's like, oh, shit, the Knicks aren't losing.
Yeah.
Like, if RJ is efficient offensively, like
19 and a half, 20 points per game on 43% isn't the worst thing in the world.
No.
But it's the fact that you shot 31% from three, you averaged less than 3 assists, and you were literally one of the worst defenders in the NBA. That's a problem for me.
yeah. I mean, if you can't defend and you're inefficient, good luck playing in the modern day NBA.
Like, I don't want to give up on RJ Barrett. I know he's 23 years old. Trust me, I know that. But he's been in the league 4 years now, Seeps. Like,
Yeah.
he's almost, after next season, he would have been in the league for half a decade.
Wow, people are saying this is. How do we feel about Legion Hoops?
What are they saying?
Fred VanVleet to Toronto.
Back to Toronto.
That's
a
what
rumor.
there's-
A rumor.
A rumor, or he's believed to be leaning towards Toronto.
Okay. Okay.
Keep in mind. Wow. Got Gabe Vincent to the Lakers, Marsh.
I like that deal.
That's a great move for them.
Yeah, he's your starting point guard, I think.
What do you think this means for D'Lo?
Yeah, is D'Lo gone?
Probably.
I will say I expected him to get more than 11 million per year.
Yeah, I thought it was at least getting MLE.
Yeah, I
12
thought he
and a
was
half,
for
but-
sure a 12 and a half type of guy.
Good deal for the Lakers, though. I understand, like, Heat fans are going to act like this didn't bother them, that he's leaving.
It's a huge loss.
He was big for them in the postseason.
Huge for them in the postseason. Him and Strus.
Yeah, like,
Without Strus, then the Heat lose to the Knicks.
definitely. I mean, Vincent was terrible against the Knicks, but, I mean, he was big. I mean, the first two finals game, Vincent was the best player.
Yeah. Overall, we'll wrap up the RJ conversation with this. What do you think he is, can be, and is he a Knick long term?
I think right now, kind of like what we've been saying. He's a young player, but he's inefficient, and he doesn't move his feet well defensively. I think what he can be, I honestly think his potential, I know it's so corny. It's his heart. Like, if he can buy in defensively a little more, I think that brings his game to the next level. Like, I'm trying to think of a player comp off the top of my head right now.
I don't have one. I've thought about this for so long. I do not have an RJ Barrett player comp.
Like, is his max potential like a Jeremy Grant?
I don't even know. Like, it's. He gets to the rim a lot. He gets there easy, honestly. And he gets fouled a lot.
I mean, he's got good size. He should.
Yeah. RJ's just kind of like that guy that leaves you wanting more.
Oh, always. But then again, like, if he would bring it defensively every night, I feel like we wouldn't be saying that.
Yeah. All I ask for RJ is to become more engaged on defense and become a 36% shooter from three. 31 is unacceptable.
31, that's terrible.
That is unacceptable.
Especially since a lot of those with Brunson now.
Wide open.
Open look?
He doesn't create pull-up threes for himself.
Oh, my God. I would love to know, like,
It's not good.
Contested pull-up threes, RJ Barrett.
It's like 19%. It
awful.
is not good.
Works out with Tatum's trainer. I mean, he should be getting
Ridiculous.
more to his bag.
Maybe he needs a new trainer.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
that's what it is. Aunt Ben Rod 99 coming in with a $2 super chat says, I'm not happy about the Cody sighting though. Kobe, excuse me.
I get it. I have mixed feelings about this just because it's like the Bulls' plan is to run it back, and these are moves I would be making if I was going to run it back. So, I don't know, 3 for 40. Kobe's getting that, and Gabe Vincent's getting 3 for 33.
They're both 3 for 33 though, without
Yeah,
bonuses.
Yeah, technically, yeah. But, I don't know.
Who would you rather have? I think I'd rather have Kobe White.
I think Kobe's got way more potential. I mean, Kobe was
Way
top,
more of an offensive bag.
way more of a bag. Vincent's probably more of a true point, but I don't know. That's a good question.
Jay Liv makes a good point. Vincent did kill the Knicks in the regular season. He absolutely did. He was a Knick killer. He was not good in the postseason, though, versus the Knicks.
And I will say, Pelinka, I know people kind of dog on him. I think Pelinka's had a phenomenal run since last year's trade deadline. When he brought in D'Lo and completely changed, like, the Lakers season was over. And then he brought in Vanderbilt. He brought in a bunch of these solid role players. They bring in Vincent and Taurean Prince.
Yeah.
It's tough.
They got better on the margins with those two moves.
Yeah, definitely.
They absolutely did. We have 650 people watching. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. We would appreciate it. Let's get to 400 likes.
Let's go.
Hit that thumbs up icon. It would mean a lot for us. If you could, just give it a quick little tap. Little tap, tap. Like the like button. Let's go. As Nick Davidov back again with a $10 super chat. My man Davidov has been a real one.
Did we keep an update on the MVP race? I think Double R's got it.
Yeah, we did, and then he kind of took off.
Yeah.
He gave me with a $200 Venmo. and
Okay, so yeah, he's definitely in there.
It is. I mean, we could pop it up. We could pop it up if we want. I don't know exactly what he's at. As it is being reported, the Lakers still have interest in bringing back D'Angelo Russell.
I don't really know how that works.
D'Angelo Russell, I don't want him on my team.
Especially with how
He's like
bad.
a Julius Randle point guard, but not as good as a regular season Julius Randle, in my opinion.
As they're breaking it down on ESPN right now. Maybe a guy like Kevin Love?
We talked about Kevin Love on the Los Angeles Lakers report today.
So they're still under the luxury tax right now. They're not getting Reeves at the 12.5.
If I'm Austin Reeves, I'm going to the Rockets and say, what are you offering me?
And then you go back to the Lakers, be like, they're offering me $20 million a year. They're offering
You
me
just
$4
accept
for
it
$80.
because he's a restricted free agent. Lakers will have X amount of days to match it.
Yeah, so they're slotting him at 12 and Rui at 14.5. And D'Lo comes. That's just not going to happen.
Austin Reeves making less than D'Angelo Russell's a joke.
That is a complete. Reeves was the third best player by far on that team.
Yeah.
Double R still in the chat.
Rob Rod still in the building.
How far away are we from my boot?
We are $300 away from Patrick Seaman doing a boot.
Okay, 300 away. Let's do it.
We are 300 away
Let's do it.
from Patrick Seaman doing a boot. Wow, we are 300 away.
Oh,
As
this is sick.
Dill Throw comes in with a $5 super chat and says, free agent guard Jalen Brunson intends to sign a 4-year, near $110 million deal with the New York Knicks in free agency.
What a
Sources
steal.
tell The Athletic in the stadium. Is that the best contract in the NBA?
I can't believe that's his deal. I can't believe that, Marsh. Fred VanVleet's going to be making. Fred VanVleet might get 4 for $120 from the Raptors. He could get 2 for $80 from the Rockets.
Jalen Brunson might be the best deal in the NBA.
Dill, this just fired me up.
As NBA University tweeted out earlier and said, Jalen Brunson deal looking right real nice. It is. I'm going to quote tweet that.
It is looking real nice. Yeah, good move for LA, bringing in a solid point guard.
Brunson this year makes $26.3 million. Next year, $24.9 million. The man is he's being paid $50 million over the next 2 years.
The Knicks need to extend him.
They will. They're going to give him the max in 2 years.
They better be paying him under the table a little bit.
Dylan Thoe says 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today, the New York Knicks signed Jalen Brunson. Show your point guard some love. Type those JBs in the comments section. Let's go. Show your point guard, Jalen Brunson, some love. Type those JBs in the comments section. Let's go. You got Slack on you?
You got Slack on me.
As I'll announce it to the crowd. Fill the boot! Fill the boot!
Right.
Because Rob Rodriguez! Bang! A $300 Venmo from Rob Rodriguez!
Wild man.
Wild man. He is a legend. He is a GOAT. Fill the boot because Seeps owes a boot. Seeps, if you want to go. Yeah, there's been a lot of those killed already. The happy dads are being killed. Rob Rodriguez with a $300 Venmo. Type those double R's in the comment section. As Rob said, Seeps, Venmo is calling your name. What do you got to say about that, Seepy?
Rob, I'm not scared. I'm ready to go.
Oh, you're not scared?
Maybe I'm a little scared.
You're not scared. Rob scares me. You know what I love is Frank showing Rod some love. Frank in the chat. The real ones are here.
Yeah.
Bill is showing him love. Andres is showing him love. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Rob, a freaking legend here
Let's go.
on New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. CP, do you want to hop up here and we do this, and by we, I mean you, do this Happy Dad shot fun? The Happy Dads, they're hitting. They're hitting. What's up? It's a boot. Did I? I don't know. I'm drunk. As Joe Ingles, 2 years, $22 million for Joe Ingles to go to the Orlando Magic. Wow, that's huge news. As Yuta Watanabe is signing with the Phoenix Suns. That is a huge move for the Suns. Yuta Watanabe signing with the Phoenix Suns, one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. The Suns are doing a good job right now. The Suns are doing a good job. Yuta Watanabe is signing with the Phoenix Suns, and also Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles is signing a 2-year, $22 million deal with the Orlando Magic. Myself and a lot of people included said, why would Joe Ingles be going to the Magic? It's because he just got $22 million guaranteed. That is why Joe Ingles is going to the Orlando Magic. If you're DiVincenzo, like, do you think you're more valuable in the MLE now? You got Josh Hart, you got JB.
You got them telling you. We're good. Stop speaking that out of existence.
I know. I got to bring better energy.
What did you say? They're trying not to get
tampering. I think it may not even come today. It may not even come today. As Patrick Seatman is knocking down the Happy Dad boot. There he goes. Show him some love. Chug, 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 chug. We'll slow it down. Chug, chug. There's a bubble. Chug. He's crushing it. He's crushing it. Chug, chug. Spam it in the chat. Chug, 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 chug. He crushed it. He crushed it. He crushed it. He crushed it. Patrick Seatman. 3 Happy Dads to the dome. That will fill your belly. That'll fill your belly. Seeps, Yuta Watanabe shot 44% from 3, and he's going to be playing alongside Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal. He is going to be getting a lot of open looks in Phoenix, and he's going to capitalize.
This is a move nobody's going to talk about, but this is a big-time move for the NBA.
It's huge.
Like, this dude is going to have open look after open look.
Wow. As Daniel says, Donte's going to Miami. Dude, fake news. fake news and you're getting blocked, especially if it's about frickin' Donte DiVincenzo and the Miami Heat. If DiVincenzo went to the Heat, I would be in an absolute shambles.
Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson.
They are not letting that happen.
They're not letting that happen.
They are not letting that happen. They are not letting that happen.
We did have Broken Chip, 7110, showing love to Double R.
Broken Chip in the building, paying his homage and respect to Double R, Rob Rod, who has been showing a lot of love in today's show. Rob, we appreciate you, Brody.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Whew. Marsh, maybe this is a thing where they just said, let's wait until tomorrow. Like, we for sure don't get the tampering charges. Like, let's just wait until tomorrow. Maybe this could be a 6 a.m. signing.
I would hate that.
Yeah, I would hate that too.
I would hate that. King James says still wait on that news for the Knicks. We are waiting on the news for the New York Knicks. Let's do this again. I want you guys to name a New York Knick that you guys want us to talk about. I want you guys to go in the comment section and name a player on the Knicks you want us to talk about. If you super chat with the player's name, we'll also talk about that player.
Yeah.
If you super chat with somebody's name, we will talk about him. As Shake Milton is going to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Shake Milton? Okay.
Shake Milton goes from the 76ers to the Minnesota Timberwolves. All righty, Seeps. I need you to pick one of these names out of there as we're getting some names in the comments section.
Obi
Toppin. So there were reports today that Obi Toppin is going to be continued to be shopped by the New York Knicks. Obi, reportedly, the Indiana Pacers are the top Obi Toppin destination if a trade does go down. The Indiana Pacers play with one of the best paces in the NBA. I don't think Obi's a bad player. I just don't think he's a great player either. And I don't think he does enough of the little stuff to be a guy off the bench consistently that's helping teams win. What I do not like is the way that he's gone about his progression in the NBA. Seeps, I thought he should have came in this league, put muscle on, like a guy like Aaron Gordon and played from the free throw line down, whereas he has tried to become a catch-and-shoot three-point player.
Yeah, I thought he should have just focused on getting downhill more. I mean, he had his moments in the postseason, like where he would hit 2 threes and it'd be electric, but also his body language in the postseason, Marsh. Like, I felt like he pouted a lot.
Yeah, I thought his defense was bad. There is a lot of tape on Obi, specifically in that Miami Heat series, where he is just a terrible off-ball defender.
Yeah.
He gets lost. He's not picking up on rotations, and he doesn't do the little things. And if you don't do the little things with Tom Thibodeau, Seeps, you're just not going to get the minutes you think you deserve.
And you'll catch bench, too. Like, Tibbs would, obviously we saw it. He's not afraid to bench him. But maybe a team like the Pacers is looking at this, Marsh. His stats when starting.
Yeah, and this is what all the Obi Toppin fans will say. They'll say, but when he gets minutes and when he starts, he produces. And I agree with that. And I would hope a guy that got starter minutes could produce. And Obi has done that 15 times in his NBA career. He has been a starter for the New York Knicks, and he's put up great numbers in those games, right? Almost 21 points per game, just under 6 assists, right over 3 rebounds, and great efficiency. 57.6% from the deck, 44% from downtown. Like, when the usage is there, yes, but see, so these empty stats or these impactful stats? I mean, think about it in game 1 against the Miami Heat where Julius Randle didn't play. The guy went 4 of 11 from 3, and I just feel like he didn't have much of an impact on that game.
And he was chucking that game, too, I remember. Anytime he had a look at it, he was going for it. But, Obi, it's going to see if he can develop. Like, you never know.
But he's already 25.
Yeah, I know, that is true. But, most impactful, I feel like, I don't know, I say that, but then if you wait till they're 27, then it's just like you just wasted time.
Yeah, and then you're not going to get as much trade value. He should be trying to be Aaron Gordon.
100%. That is a great comparison, actually.
What I don't like about Obi, and this is where has he gotten better at since he's come in the league outside of shooting the ball from three? And this year, all he did was shoot threes.
Yeah, he was
His
just
field goal percentage went down from 53 to 44. See, that's 10 percentage points. Too many threes for Obi. He was shooting more threes per game this year than he was two-pointers. And that should be the opposite.
Yep.
Obi should be putting his head down, putting his shoulder down, and getting to the rim.
I agree.
And I just don't think he does that enough. Are the highlights fun? Yes. Are the leak-out dunks fun? Yes. Are the alley-oops fun? Yes. You know what's not fun, though? When Obi Toppin's leaking out and it's an offensive rebound for the other team.
Yeah.
Overall, I think Obi is going to have a successful career in the NBA. I think he's going to be in this league for 10-plus years. I just don't know if Obi Toppin is ever going to be able to reach his potential sitting behind Julius Randle. You trade Randle, sure, Obi can step in, and even though I don't even think he's a starter at this point, I don't know, man. I mean, the fact that he went down in minutes this past year is definitely not good.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of that could have been Tibbs just kind of getting sick of the lack of effort
Yeah, just not enough winning DNA
in his game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Obi's on the Knicks when the season starts. I would not be shocked if Obi ends up being traded to the Indiana Pacers. Not going to be shocked at that at all. Not at all.
I thought there, Fred VanVleet, we had some news.
No news. Kind of at a standstill right now. We can recap what's going on right now. If you want to take the lead on that.
Yeah, Draymond was the first player this time. We kind of got that report about 10 minutes before free agency got underway. 4-year, $100 million deal for him. Trey Lyles back to Sacramento. 2-year, $16 million deal. Kingdom come music. Yo, we really not getting DiVincenzo. Listen, we're an hour and 42 minutes in the free agency. No need to panic right now. I mean, DiVincenzo could sign next Thursday. Like, maybe he's actually going through his due diligence and meeting with other teams. And maybe the Knicks actually said, wait to sign until tomorrow. Wait to sign until Monday. Like, we're not losing another draft pick. Like, that could very well be a thing. So
I'm not stressed.
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about it. And honestly, there's been no report that came out that said he's leaning any other way. So Karis LeVert back to Cleveland. Him and George Niang went there. And then Kobe White to the Bulls, 3 for 40. And then Bruce Brown, the big-time deal, 2 for 45. And then Taurean Prince, 1 for 4.5. And then Kuz back to the Wizards for 4 for 102. That's going to be the Wizards are going to play a bunch of games in the 130s next year.
No defense.
No defense. Kuz and Poole, they're going to have – oh, God. I bet you they're going to have a game this year where they both combine for 40. That'll be my hot take. They'll have a game where they both combine for 40, but they'll also have a game where they both shoot probably 2 for 25.
Yeah, I could see it. None of these deals really shock me so far.
No.
The only one I would say is Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant has been the only shocker so far. Here you see the Suns filling out their bench right here, Okogie, Bates Diop, and Lee, and then you're seeing the NBA champion, DeAndre Jordan, going back.
NBA champ.
Kind of wild.
I can't
NBA
believe
champ, DeAndre Jordan.
Is he the worst basketball player in the league right now? Like since Haslam's out, is DeAndre Jordan the worst basketball player in the league?
Honestly, he might be.
He's terrible.
Yeah, he has no skill. No offensive skill is the word we're looking for. We talked about Jeremy Grant just a second ago because he cashed in on a huge deal with the Portland Trailblazers, 5 years, $160 million. Do you think this signals that Dame is staying or Dame is leaving?
Staying? I mean,
That's what I said.
If the report was true that he wanted Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, like he got Jeremy Grant, I think Dame's a Trailblazer next season. I think maybe he gets moved at the deadline, but I don't know what the hell they're doing.
I honestly don't even think he's that good of a player.
Jeremy Grant?
Yeah. Like he's no scrub. Like he's not a needle mover for me. And if you're paying someone over $100 million, they got to be able to move the needle.
I mean, $30 million for the next 5 years is a lot.
It is. It absolutely is. Kristaps Porzingis inks a 2-year, $60 million deal. Going to be paying about $30 million. We knew this was coming.
Yeah.
They didn't trade for Porzingis for him to be a 1-year rental. He'll be there for the next couple of years, and I will continue to hate Kristaps Porzingis, even more so now wearing that frickin' green uniform.
But what are the Celtics doing? You're paying Brown and Tatum at least 100, and then him 30. You're at 130 on 3 guys minimum.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get how they're going to be able to make it work.
No. As we did get a $50 super chat from Nick DeVito. Shout out to Nick DeVito.
Thank you
He's
so
been
much.
showing major love all day long. Shout out to DeVito.
My man.
Shout out to DeVito. What a legend. What a
man.
legend. If we're at $50 right there with Davidov. If we as a team can get to 100 in the next 5 minutes, I'll do a beer shotgun. I'm doing a
Okay.
beer shotgun if we can get $50 more in super chats in 5 minutes. I don't know if you could put a timer up.
I'm literally doing
My man Seeps is on it. Davidov blessed us with a $50 super chat. Him and Rob Rod have been carrying today's show. Everybody's been showing a lot of love. Shout out to you guys. If we can get up to 100 on top of 50, so we get $50 more in super chats, I'm going to do another beer shot fun. Let's have fun. If we're going to be here, if we're going to do this, I'm doing another beer shot fun with a happy dad. Let's go. Let's go. Michael says you can't. I think the entire NBA agrees, Jason. I'm a little lost. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Shotgun clock is on. 5 minutes.
Trace Gerard said he's going to join me with a beer bong if we get $50 in super chats in 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
Right there.
Right there. We already got a 50 from Nick Davidov. If we get 50 more in 440, I'll do a beer shotgun, and then Trace is going to do a beer bong. Trizzy, Trace. No. I'm good right now. How's Maine doing? How's the audience? As Stephen Bondi, who works for the New York Daily News, is saying Knicks target DiVincenzo scheduled for 4 meetings. Bruce Brown was scheduled for meetings. He didn't take them.
Don't psych yourself out over this. This is all smoke, dude. This is all smoke for they don't lose a pick. I'm telling you. It's gotta be.
This deal's done.
It's done. They're just waiting to put pen to paper right now.
3 years, $35 million. Done. That's my guess.
You said 3 for 35?
Okay. As OG.
OG's in the building.
The last winner of our Knicks Now Real One t-shirt.
The
Shout
Andrews.
out to OG. He said, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer.
Shout out to OG.
Shout out to OG. We are $25 away
3 minutes.
in super chats from me doing a beer shotgun and from Trizzy Trace doing a beer bong.
25 away.
My man BX Bangin says you got to save face from that last boot. It took like 7 minutes. That was not 7 minutes.
Here's the thing. This next funnel is an F the Mavs and an F Donovan Mitchell funnel.
Hey, Donovan Mitchell, don't you wish you came to the Knicks as Nick DeVito?
Let's go.
We're 15 away. We're 15 away. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do it?
Who's got us?
Oh, 15
Oh, I
away.
thought we had it.
15 away.
Michael, don't worry about it. You're a
Michael,
real
you're
one.
good. Look, there are 1,000 ways to support us. The easiest way, hit that thumbs up icon. Share the video. Comment. Subscribe. That is all we ask of people. Rob Rod as Trey Miles sends in a $10 super chat.
Trey!
We did it. We did it. Trey Miles. Yeah. What up, brother? He says, let's get it, fellas. We're on it. Shout out to Trey Miles. Yeah. And then a GOAT is in the building.
He took it personal.
Big L says, me. Let's go, Knicks. Big L, where have you been, brother? We love you, man.
My man.
Big L was a GOAT all last summer and into the season, and now he's back.
We miss him.
Shout out to Big L. Yes. Yes, it is.
Big benefit.
Yes, it is. OG says the nation came through. Yes, they did. OG, they stood up. Big L said he's working hard. Keep working hard, brother. Keep on the grind. Keep doing what you're doing. We just miss seeing you in the chat and interacting with you, brother. We love you. You know that. You know that. We're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Davidov is saying he's hearing the deal is almost done. 3 years, $37 million. Trace, I have half a happy dad right here. Are you trying to pour this in there? No, we can't do that to you.
It's a dad and a half.
It's a dad.
Are you done?
I'm done with that one. A dad and a half, he says. A dad and a half. Do we call that a stepdad? Do we call that a stepdad? Shout out to all the stepdads out there. If you stepped in as a stepdad and you're a father to someone's kid, man, that's real stuff. That's real sheet right there. So you have a beer and a half in there. And I think you are 100% going to beat me in this. All right. All right. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? That a dad, a stepdad. Yes, it is, brother. I had an explosion last time. I did. I don't know which way do you do it, like this? Okay. All righty. Here we go. If you're enjoying our coverage of NBA free agency as we've been live for 3 hours on the program, hit that like button and type me down below. Here we go.
Let's go. This is what you guys signed up to see. A dad and a half. 2 dads and a half. Down the hatch. Fellas, doing great.
I'm getting to my point. I'm getting to the point, Trace.
We're getting there.
Where this is just tasting like water.
It's not. It's a good place, but it's a bad place.
When the liquor tastes like water, is it a good or a bad thing?
Yes. Just yes.
However you want to view it. That's teacher plan. Yep.
S teacher planner. We love you.
It's that Midwest red once you start drinking beer.
Did you see? Look at this.
My stomach's in shambles. You should have dab cart. What's a dab car? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a dab cart.
I don't know what you're talking about. As teacher planner, we love you.
A weed cart?
What is that?
Do you sell weed out of it?
What?
It's like a store?
This is a family show. This is a
Jesus,
family
guys,
show,
clean
dude.
up the chat a little bit.
I gotta use the restroom. Yes, please.
Oh, a vape. Oh, a weed vape.
I said vape.
I don't know what that is. But we'll go over what's happened so far.
What's a box? All right.
Who's ready to fucking party? Who's ready to go? Who's ready to party? So, my guy Marshall Green, he's using the restroom. Seeps,
yeah.
I have a game that I like to play whenever Chase goes to the restroom. Any super chat of any value, I'm taking shots. Doesn't
All right.
matter. It can be 99 cents, it can be $99, but I need as
dangerous
many
game.
coming in. I got a bottle of Patron. It's that silver. I'm damn thirsty. I'm ready to go. So if you're a real Knicks fan, I need you to hit the thumbs up icon, subscribe, and get the chat going. I need a Let's Go Knicks in the chat. And let's go through all these free agency moves, Seatman.
Let's go.
Draymond Green, 4-year, $100
There it
million.
is.
Hey, you know what? The free agency tracker.
It can wait.
I'm not an NBA expert. It can wait.
wait.
I was just going to rifle off. All right. Cheers
There's
to
one.
Furries.
There's one. Shout out
One.
to
I want
Barrett
at least
for
10. I want at least 10. I walk to work nowadays. I walk. So let's keep it going. Boom. Boom.
Got
That's
another.
another from Ant Ben Rod. 99. Let's go. Cheers to you, my guy.
He says, Patrick, we need Rose to come home. Yeah, we do. That would be the more, that would be probably my favorite signing of
That'd
all
be
the
sick.
offseason.
That'd be
That'd
sick. Come on, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them moving. I want $100 before Marshall gets back. If we can get $100 before Marshall gets back, I'm filling up the beer bong with some Fireball.
Come on.
Do not test me. Do not test me on this. McLovin, great name. Love your
Great
channel.
name.
Can't wait for the football Giants fan here. Excited to see them take a step up this year. Hey,
stuff.
go Big Blue. The Giants, Danny Dimes, Brian Dable, they're going to be a bad mamma jammas, baby. Furious, or Furries, the tequila's hitting.
The tequila's hitting.
I'm on. I'm not
Trey-
scared. Keep them coming.
Trace challenged the wrong
Keep them
group.
coming. I wanted a challenge. I want it because here's the
Let 'em
thing.
hear it.
I'm here and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Big L, $2. Cheers to you.
Big L, the go.
Oh my gosh, these are starting to taste really bad. Dill! I'm not scared. I'm going back for more. Dill!
Here we go.
Oh my God, that's not good. I want more though. Trey Miles. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Knicks.
Let's go, Nick.
Let's go Knicks.
He got a first-time super chat
Donovan
now.
Mitchell. Jalen Brunson owns you. Luis, first time super chatter. Let's go. I'm doing dollar shots. Every shot's $1. Let's go. I walk to and from work nowadays, Brett. I walk nowadays. I'm no longer a liability, kind of. Luis. Cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you. Here's another shot. Marshall, sorry, not sorry. You know what? I'll save this one. I'll save this one right here from Ant Bent. I'm going to save that one for Marshall. Well, we got another one from Furries. Man, I'm not scared. Come on. Come on. Keep the soups coming. Keep the soups coming. Y'all think I'm scared over here? What do I look like? A Jets fan? What do I look like? A Cowboys fan? No. A Cavs fan? A Heedle? Do I look like a Heedle? The Giants, my bad. Anyway, the Heatles, y'all know what I mean. Marsh is a Giants guy. Sorry, I'm just filling in. The tequila's hitting. I'm sorry if you're a Jets fan. I'm sorry, whatever. It'd be like that. I mean,
Let's go.
I hate to say it. Do Jets fans actually exist? Oh, Aaron Rodgers is there now, so there's a lot there. Well, and Sauce Gardner and
Yeah, they're
they're
a fun group.
low key. The Jets are nasty.
They're good.
But we're not talking football.
There's good teams in New York. There's
New
good
York,
teams.
Let's put it this way. New York football team's better than Texas football teams right now.
Yeah.
And that's a damn fact.
Hell
Tell me
yeah.
I'm not wrong. Tell me I'm not wrong. Jordan, cheers to you.
Shout out to Jordan.
Come on. I want more. I want more.
Come on.
I want more. Discount
Until-
Marshall. I've actually
until
been
Marshall
told
comes
Marshall
back.
and I kind of look alike. I have been told I've been kind of look like Marshall. This guy reminds me of that dude from Always Sunny. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Okay, Draymond
away.
Green. Draymond Green, 4-year, $100 mil. Trey Lyles, 2 years, $16 mil with the Sacramento Kings. Karis LeVert, 2 years, $32 mil. Drew Eubanks, 2 years, details TBD. Not a local says Jets Jets are serious this upcoming season. Yeah, no, the Jets are. Kobe White, 3-year, $40 mil. Bruce Brown, big signing by the Pacers. 2-year, $45. Torin Prince, excuse me. If y'all remember, you go up and you get the rebound. You catch the ball.
Yep.
You bring it down, and they just did more than that. Kyle Kuzma, 4 years, $102 mil. That's a move. And you know what else is a move? A first-time super chat from OG Gaboonski.
My man.
The big Gaboonski.
My man.
Cheers to you. Dude, I might need to go get more tequila.
You never forget your first
I see a
time,
bottle of
dude.
tequila right there. If this one runs out, we're running it right back. It don't even matter. OG, shout out to you for being a first-time super chatter. What a legend.
Let's go.
Let's get John on screen. John Musgrove. Let's go, Knicks. Let's get the LGKs in the chat.
Shout out to John. Real
Let's
one
go,
here.
Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, Knicks. Come on. NBA
Let's go.
free agency. Let's keep going through the deals. Josh Okogie, no details yet. DeAndre Jordan, he's headed to Denver to join the Joker. Keita Bates, Diop, 2 years, $5 million. Damian Lee, 2 years, full details TBD. Jeremy Grant, Seeps.
Massive deal. This is a way overpay in my opinion. I did not expect him, or I did expect him to go back to Portland. Not for this. I thought it was going to be maybe 4 for 120. But a 5-year, $160 million deal for Jeremy Grant. Wild.
Let's
Wild.
go. Let's go.
And then Kristaps back 2-year
It's a 2-year extension. I figured that the Celtics
gonna
would go and
happen.
make a move and then try to extend him a couple weeks later, but hey, made it happen. Troy Brown Jr. goes to the T-Wolves. Reggie Jackson, 2 years, $10.25 million. And then you got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 2 years back to the T-Wolves as well. Javon Carter, 3 years, 2 seats, Chicago Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
Me too. Hunt, 1-year deal. TBD on the details. George Niang, 3 years, $26 million. Kyrie, back to the Mavs. His mama, or his stepmama, his agent, said, hey, let's go have some meetings. But we like Dallas because Cuban's got that dough. But F Dallas. It's always F Dallas.
Always F Dallas.
It's always
Especially
F
around here.
Dallas. Get the F Dallases in the chat. Get the F Dallases in the chat. Chris Middleton, 3-year. Jakob Poeltl, 4 years, $80 million. Joe Ingles, 2 years, $22 million. As Dill, though, sends another $1 super chat. All right, I'm going to make a deal. A $10 super chat, I'm filling up a double shot.
Ooh.
A double shot of Fireball. No tequila. We're going straight
We're going
for
OG stuff.
We're going straight for the camaraderie, if you will. F Dallas from Braden. F Dallas from Michael. F Dallas from Andreas. Let's go. Poeltl, $80 million from Dad Pool. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Let's get back to the free agency tracker.
Let's do it. Cam Johnson, 4-year deal, $108 million, back to the Brooklyn Nets. You expected him to re-sign. Trey Jones getting a bigger deal than a lot of us thought. 2 years for $20 million. Gabe Vincent, big move for the Lakers. I think it's a great pickup for them. They kind of get that veteran point guard that they needed. This probably means they're moving off D'Angelo Russell, even though people are speculating differently. I disagree. I do think this means D'Lo's done in LA.
I think so as well. I think so. Well, there's reports out there that Dennis Schroeder likely not back with the Lakers.
Yeah.
ESPN from Wojbaum, breaking news, Herb Jones agreed to a new 4-year deal with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Good move.
Breaking
Herb's a great
news
player.
from Woj. There you go. That's the latest from NBA free agency. Have y'all enjoyed free agency so far? Type Y for yes, type in for no. If you've enjoyed free agency, type Y for yes, type in for no. And also, every super chat of any value, I'm taking a shot at tequila. If we get a $10 super chat, I'm doing a double shot of Fireball. So do what you want with that info. I heard Knicks fans like to party.
Let's go.
I like to party. I should become a Knicks fan. I don't even have an NBA team. I just kind of follow it. Should I become a Knicks fan? I think I should.
Fan of the game.
I think I should. I'm a fan of the grind. I'm a fan of the game. Let's go. Are you sub? Type me in the chat if you're sub. I'm going to start something in the chat. I'm going to type me as many times as I can. And if you can beat me, you are officially the comment MVP. So I need you to beat me in typing me in the comment section. Are you ready?
It's kind of a bar.
Set. Hey, Lil Uzi can never. Ready, set, go. Type me. I'm going to win.
Get 'em
I'm
in.
going to win. I'm going to win this one. I already know what I'm going to win. I already know I'm going to win. Come on. Y'all are typing so slow. Keep them coming. Keep typing me if you're sub to this chat. If you're sub to the best New York Knicks YouTube channel on the internet, you got to subscribe today. My man Marshall Green. I'm not Marshall Green. I'm over here filling in for him because he's got to relieve himself and get some za. He's got to go get some pies. So get the me's in the chat. I think Andreas, maybe Dadpool. Those are my
got some
top
names
picks
up
for
there.
comment MVP. You want to see something funny?
You're on
Said
keyboard.
every super chat was a shot.
For me?
No, for me.
I just can't do that anymore. I just can't. That's electric.
Did you already take them?
I was taking them as they came in.
My man is is zooted, and I love that. All right.
But this is the deal when you were gone. Herb Jones.
I saw Herb Jones.
4-year, $54
Thanks, Brody.
million deal. He's back with the New Orleans Pelicans.
Shout out to the first-time super chatters that came in.
Oh, yeah.
McLovin, $10 super chat. Thank you. Everybody that's super chatted. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. All right. Aunt Ben Rod says, Marshall, drink my shot. If someone... Aunt Ben Rod said he bought me a shot.
He did buy you a shot.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. I'll do it for you, Aunt. I'll do it for you. Do you even know how to loop?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. How do you want to, is this like a,
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
or do you want to do news and rumors in here?
Woo!
We could do news and rumors in here, cut it out, push it, and then if really something happens, we can just hop back on.
Just don't even know what the news and rumors would be.
It could just be update, and then you could. I bet you if you do a report, DiVincenzo not signing, I bet you would pop.
But there is no report.
What would have been of your news and rumors?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's got to be on DiVincenzo, right?
I think so. You could just do DiVincenzo like update.
Yeah. Latest Donte DiVincenzo update plus NBA free agency tracker, something like that.
Let's do that. And then if they obviously do make it, we just come back in here new live.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we'll get some things going behind the scenes here.
Let's do a... Let me think here. Let me think. What do we want to do? What do we want to do, chat? We've been live for 3 hours. We'll stay live if you guys want us to stay live. Michael Vasquez asks, can McBride develop into a great player? Great? I don't know. Great? I don't think so. Good? Solid? Maybe. Chet Life for Life says stay live. Sue says play 2K.
Oh, I'll be shit.
Would y'all watch if we just played 2K?
That'd be tough, dude.
Furry's Forum says hang out, to be honest. Jason says, come on, Donte. Sue says yes, they would watch if we played 2K. Paul says yes, they would watch. Pedro says no.
Pedro, you don't want to see us play 2K?
Pedro, why you hating, bro? We're halfway there. Aunt Ben Rod said switch to Giants chat. We got nothing to chat about with the Giants. It's July. Cloud says stay live from the Philippines. Steve says I'd watch 2K. I know, Pedro. I'm just yanking your leg, messing with your little ha-ha, little hee-hee. Don't take it personal, Pedro. Andrew says yes for 2K. Sue says we love 2K. Shooter says, do you think the Knicks are going to make a trade for Paul George? No. No. Sue, don't call Pedro a loser. He's not a loser. Sue, be nice. Be sweet.
Come on, Sue.
Georgia says, what the fuck are we doing here? Roll the dice and make some damn trades. Knicks front office. I'm with you, Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, that was spot on.
I'm with you, dude. My fucking sunburn's bad, dude. It's like ripping.
Would you want to do it in live, the DiVincenzo cut, or just
I think, yeah.
do it in live and then
Yeah. And then,
see what happens?
yeah, see if anything happens. Jake Fisher says San Antonio is a team to monitor in the developing three-team sign and trade that could bring Max Strus to Cleveland. The Cavaliers have been trying to find a trade for Chetty Osman for this week. I will say this, if Chetty Osman goes to the Spurs, I think that means no Evan Fournier trade to the Spurs. I think that kind of deads that. Low LB says, is the homie cooked right now? You know, Low LB, I'm going to be honest with you. It's just me and you right now. Just honesty. I am not sober. I'm not. And you know, I'm struggling a little bit. But I'm good. I'm good. What do you think of BR Open Ice? You a hockey guy, Seeps?
BR Open Ice?
Yeah.
Like the Twitter account?
Yeah, what do you think of them?
I'm not familiar. Why? What do they?
Signs point to Jonathan Quick signing with the New York Rangers when free agency opens on July 1st.
No shit, Jonathan Quick?
So what happens to
Igor?
Yeah.
Probably just his back. Quick's cooked. Like he's.
Oh, he's not that guy
a-
anymore?
No, yeah, he's
Okay.
He's a vet.
I thought he was good.
That would be sick though. You rotate between him and Igor.
As CPJ is in the building. CPJ, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I'm in my zone, I'm feeling it. Knicks didn't make a move, I hate it.
I'm just getting some weigh-ins.
The Knicks picked Rokas Jacobitis over Herb Jones.
I don't even know who that is. You just said.
Dumbasses. Furries says Devils for life. Come on, dude. It's Rangers or bust, bruh. Sue says don't trade Donte. We don't even have Donte, so we can't trade him. CPJ, Herb Jones would have been sick. Johnson, you says, can we sign D Rose for the vet min? Is he a bull, Seeps?
I hope so, dude. That would be
Is there
awesome.
actual juice there?
There's just obviously people connecting it. I mean, we got enough.
To do, and then just close it out with the tracker.
Yeah, that's
New
what
tracker.
just you give your thoughts on DiVincenzo.
All righty. We're going to talk about Donte DiVincenzo. And we're going to talk about the rumors that are coming out. Let me click on this article real quick.
I'm trying to think, is there any other news piece that came out? We could also march this too.
Yeah.
If you want. Yeah. Just add him to the title.
Ah, fuck. All righty, we're about to break down everything that has happened so far in day one of NBA free agency. So, all righty, we ready? We ready?
Oh, we ready.
CPJ, I've done 4 shotguns, a beer boot, and some tequila shots. So that's where I'm at. I'm giving a special offer for CPJ. Just for CPJ. Only for CPJ.
Oh, fuck.
If,
Okay.
if CPJ,
Oh, here we go.
I'll do a boot for CPJ for 100. For CPJ only.
Holy shit. I did not think boot was the last thing I thought that was going to come
For
out of your mouth.
CPJ, we don't expect it, but it's for you only. For CPJ only.
All right.
We will do it after this cut. We will do it after this cut. Throw in the real ones
Yeah.
just for some time. All righty. Let's do it. What up, everybody? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. No, the New York Knicks have not signed Donte DiVincenzo. The New York Knicks have not made a move in NBA free agency so far. In today's show, we're going to give you the latest news and rumors that we have surrounding Donte DiVincenzo. And then on the tail end of the show, we are going to talk about the day one of NBA free agency. We're going to break down everything that has happened around the NBA association. Let's start, though, with the New York Knicks and Donte DiVincenzo. There was a lot of thoughts that once NBA free agency opens up, that DiVincenzo would be a Knick within minutes, and it just has not happened that way. Ian Begley actually reported that DiVincenzo has meetings with a couple of teams. He's expected to take 4 meetings with teams in the NBA. And one of them is the New York Knicks. I think DiVincenzo is a good fit for the Knicks. The fact that he averaged less than just under 4 assists in a limited role for the Warriors while also knocking down the three-pointer at 39.7%, he gives you what you need, another playmaker and a guy that can hit down the outside shot consistently. I also love that DiVincenzo, when the lights are the brightest, when the stage is the highest, when everyone's watching and when all the pressure is on, DiVincenzo ain't scared. He ain't scared. I mean, go back to what he did in the national championship when he was a part of that Villanova Wildcat team with Jalen Brunson and with Josh Hart. The man was the MVP. 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 of 10 from 3, 10 of 15 from the field. DiVincenzo was a guy that was able to get it done when the lights were the brightest, and that's the reason that I think he's going to be able to fit with the Knicks. And one thing I would say is there's no need to panic here. Just because the New York Knicks did not sign DiVincenzo within the first 3 hours of NBA free agency does not mean that he's not going to be a Knick. Am I a little bit upset that it hasn't happened yet? Yes. Do I wish it would have happened at this point? Yes. Am I worried? Nah, I'm chilling. I'm cooling. It's done. The deal is done. DiVincenzo is going to be a New York Knick. I believe it's going to be a 3-year, around $36 million deal. That's what I am expecting for DiVincenzo. He's pretty much going to use that full mid-level exception. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting him to be a Knick, and I'm expecting it to happen within at least the coming days if it does not happen tonight. As we do have some news right here, Josh Richardson has agreed to a 2-year deal with the Miami Heat. We'll talk about everything that's gone down around the NBA in just a second. But first, I want you guys to weigh in the comment section. Are you worried about DiVincenzo not signing with the Knicks? Are you worried? Let me know. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Are you worried that DiVincenzo, within the first couple of hours of free agency, has not signed with the Knicks? Let me know. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm curious. Some other rumors around the Knicks. Joe Cowley, who covers the Chicago Bulls, and he's a beat reporter for them, said sources just told me that Bulls continue taking calls on Zach LaVine, not making them, and asking price remains astronomical. Little has changed since February's deadline. He also mentioned that it seems like the New York Knicks are out on the Zach LaVine trade saga. That was a guy that I was definitely interested in. I thought what he does on the basketball court, how he scores, how he plays, his archetype, the way that he goes about getting buckets would have fit really well for the New York Knicks. The Knicks needed a guy that could operate on the perimeter, and he's a guy that could do that. And he's also a solid playmaker, averaging over 4 assists per game. The contract is what it is, but that's the cost of doing business for paying a star in the NBA at this point. Also, LaVine, people say he's an injury-prone player. He's simply not. 85% of games played for LaVine over the last couple of years, but it sounds like the LaVine trade to the Knicks is on the back burner right now and most likely not going to happen. That NBA free agency tracker is coming up, so if you're curious of all the moves that were made in day one, we're going to give you the juice. But first, get hooked up with our awesome t-shirt. Go to chatsports.com/realknicks and get 20% off with the code SUMMERVIBES20. Summer Vibes 20, and you're going to get 20% off on a Knicks Real One t-shirt today. We brought the black t-shirt into the fold. It used to just be a blue one. Now we're bringing a black one. It's crisp, it's slick, it's awesome. Get yours today. Chatsports.com/realknicks. All righty, let's run through these quickly, kind of recapping day one of NBA free agency. Draymond Green, the first deal to get done, and he's back with Golden State at 4 years, $100 million. Trey Lyles signs a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Sacramento Kings. Karis LeVert got a little bit more money than I thought he was going to get in NBA free agency. I thought he was going to be a mid-level exception target for a lot of teams, and he said no way, no how. He gets $16 million per season as a 2-year deal for $32 million. Gets inked, and you saw Drew Eubanks sign a 2-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. Kobe White, a scoring guard off the bench for Chicago, returns to Chicago on a 3-year, $40 million deal. It's really a 3-year, $33 million deal. $7 million of that is in incentives. Bruce Brown, who was supposed to have a meeting with the New York Knicks, is not having that meeting as he has signed a massive deal in NBA free agency of 2 years, $45 million, more money than I thought he was going to get, $22.5 million for the NBA champion in Bruce Brown per season. Taurean Prince, the CAA client, goes and signs with Rich Paul and the Lakers. So wait, the Knicks can't trade for Zach LaVine because he's clutch, and the Knicks are CAA, but CAA client Taurean Prince can sign with clutch? Make it make sense. Good signing there for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma, not shocked by the money that Kyle Kuzma got at 4 years, $100 million. I'm just shocked that he's going back to the Washington Wizards. What a team they're going to have with Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. This is the list where the Phoenix Suns just fill out the rest of their roster. Josh Okogie, Keita Bates-Diop, and Damian Lee, all back end of the roster guys, probably all close to a veteran minimum, with Bates-Diop signing for $2.5 million right there. Jeremy Grant, the shocker of day one of NBA free agency. 5 years, $160 million for the scoring and slashing forward. Overpay, if you ask me. Then you see Kristaps Porzingis ink that 2-year extension for $30 million with the Boston Celtics. Troy Brown, former Laker, he's going to Minnesota. And Reggie Jackson back with the Denver Nuggets on about $5 million per season. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's heading to Minnesota. Javon Carter, a guy that I thought could be a cheaper option for the Knicks, says, no, I'm not going for cheap. Almost $7 million per year for Carter to join the Chicago Bulls. Then Chimizi Metu, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, he is signing a 1-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. Then George Niang, a guy we talked about on the channel as a potential cheap guy, goes for much more than I thought he was going to get. Good shooter from downtown, hasn't shot less than 40% from 3 over the last 4 years. He is signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving, Brett, he's back to the Dallas Mavericks. 3 years, $126 million. You know what's crazy? Dallas Mavericks could have had Jalen Brunson for 4 years, $126, and they end up signing Kyrie Irving for 3 years, $126 million. Joe Ingles signs a 2-year, $22 million deal with the Orlando Magic. Chris Middleton goes back to the Milwaukee Bucks here, 3 years, $102 million deal. That was a move that Milwaukee had to make at this point. He was a big piece for them when they did end up winning that NBA Finals. Him and Giannis back as a duo. Then Jakob Poeltl goes back to the Toronto Raptors. 4 years, $80 million. They traded 2 first-round picks for him back at the 2023 NBA trade deadline. They had to bring him back. They see Cam Johnson signing a 4-year deal up to $108 million to return to the Brooklyn Nets. Trey Jones back to the San Antonio Spurs. We've seen a lot of people go back to the teams that they were just because there's not a lot of cap space across the NBA. We thought the Houston Rockets were going to be big players in day one. They have not been so far. As we film this video, Fred VanVleet is still a free agent. They may be circled in on him. Gabe Vincent, big deal, leaves Miami, joins the Los Angeles Lakers, $11 million per there, good deal for LA. Then Yuta Watanabe goes from Brooklyn to Phoenix. They get a sharpshooter. Watanabe, 45% from deep last year, and he's going to get a whole lot of looks this year for Phoenix. Another deal that has been done, Shake Milton signs a 2-year deal worth $10 million to go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. He leaves Philly. He's going to Minnesota. Then Herb Jones back with the New Orleans Pelicans. That was always expected. 4 years, $54 million there. That's a really good value deal for New Orleans. Josh Richardson, he is back with the Miami Heat on a 2-year deal. Those are all of the moves, as well as Kevin Love. Kevin Love is returning to the Miami Heat. So Josh Richardson, who I think was once a Heat at one point, is back with the Miami Heat, had a good career there at one point, and Kevin Love is returning as well. As we finish filming this video at about 8:27 p.m., these are all the moves that have happened. If any more moves happen, we're going back live on the channel, and we're going to keep you guys in the loop. So if you love the Knicks and you're looking for coverage all summer long on everything orange and blue, hit that sub button right now and join the channel. My dad called me. What's he calling me about? Any Knicks rumors? Nope. None.
Yeah, I'm not worried about this, Marsh. I just think we would just it would just be
It was always DiVincenzo.
it's always DiVincenzo.
It was always
I bet you he gets that mid-level.
DiVincenzo. Did you are we able to loop that piece or no?
No.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Hold on one second.
Alrighty. Well, all right, let me know. Are you guys worried about DiVincenzo? Night about 10:30, 11. Let us know. Are you worried about DiVincenzo not signing with the New York Knicks? Give us Y for yes or an N for no. You guys are worried. Sue is saying she's worried. Tanyo saying he's worried. Alex is saying he's not worried. I just think this is maybe the Knicks not wanting to, lose another pick because of tampering. Harden is worth it because it's 1 year and no risk. Carl, what's up, man? In the chat. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Harden is worth it because it's 1 year and no risk if it doesn't work out because he doesn't fit the Knicks mentality. Yeah, James Harden, I just don't think he's the best fit for what the Knicks have going right now. Like the Knicks at least like they got a bunch of dogs on that roster. Like Josh Hart's a dog, Brunson's a dog, Grimes is a dog, Deuce McBride's a dog. Like what do you think of Randall? Randall's kind of got that bulldog in him. Like I just don't think Harden fits in what they want to do at all. Yeah, Harden is not a Tibbs guy at all, coming from Steve Chandler in the chat. I totally agree. Like, not a Tibbs guy whatsoever. But we'll see. I mean, I still expect – I mean, this could be a thing DiVincenzo could sign still any second now. Could go on for a couple days, but I doubt it. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Josh Hart did not opt into his contract to not sign DiVincenzo.
100%, yeah. Because what you said, Josh Hart could have made what, $4 million more if you would?
$4 million more. Yeah, his player option he opted into was $12.9 million. He was expected to get a 4-year, $72 million deal.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to show this some love on screen because it's happened right away, Marsh.
SCPJ Bang! $100 super chat. All right, this is what we're going to do. I hope CPJ is still watching at this point. I'm going to do this boot, and then we're going to sign off. We've already been live for 3.5 hours. If the Knicks make a move,
we'll be back.
We'll be back. But we're going to do a boot real quick. I'm going to go fill the boot.
Marsh is doing that. We did get this from the Bro God saying, let me get some of that sticky icky. You know what that means. Shout out to, bro, that's a funny one. CPJ still here. Shout out to you, CPJ. This is always so much fun. Marsh mentioned that at the beginning, but like seeing like CPJ, Carl, like all the real ones in here from the watch parties during the year, and now we just get to carry on during NBA free agency. It's cool to see all you guys in the chat still hanging out. But this is the question of the hour. Are you worried about DiVincenzo not signing with the Knicks right now? The Knicks have been quiet, haven't made a move so far. Most of the roster is filled out, but a lot of us did think maybe that DiVincenzo signing was going to come at 5:01. We're about 2.5 hours in. We don't have anything yet. I still have this theory that they're just not trying to get tampering violations. Like, I don't think they're trying to break any of the tampering laws here, and they are just kind of dragging this out for the NBA can't say anything. Like, hey, we went through the due process. Why would DiVincenzo take meetings if he already had an under-the-deal agreement with the Knicks? That is just my opinion. Yeah, I should start getting ready. Catch you guys next time. Michael, thank you for hanging out with us. Crown Heights, you're nervous about it? I'm not nervous about it. There's Marshall Green back in the stew.
We only had 2 happy dads out there, so I got to pour another one in here. All right. One more happy dad in here. Jason B said he's not worried. I'm not worried.
Not worried. Would like it to happen, but DD is not a must-have. Yeah, I mean, it's not a must to get him.
It would be disappointing if we didn't get him at this point.
It would be disappointing. We are in good hands with Leon, but those hands happen to go to bed pretty early. That's a great tweet.
We're more than halfway there. Oh! I'm not looking forward to this boot, to be honest. I may have overpromised.
I think you did.
I think I overpromised.
If you want to go halvesies, we can, but.
How about this? If someone sends in a $100 super chat, we race.
All right, we got that.
All right. If someone sends in a $100 super chat, Patrick Seaman's going to beer boot race me. A $100 super chat, Seeps will beer boot race me. Any takers? Any nibblers? Any people interested? As we come out on today's, as we end today's show, Jay Liv said he's concerned. No need to be concerned, Jay
Don't
Liv.
be concerned.
Don't be concerned. Don't be concerned.
We ride. Yeah, Rockets still have $66 million to spend. 66 mil still goes to Houston.
You heading out, Brody?
Like Ryan.
Love you, dog. We're halfway there. I need Seeps to do this for me. I need Seeps to race with me. Who's got us?
Who's got us?
If not, I guess I just got to do it myself. We'll do 40 seconds. Is someone going to come through?
You know what? We'll cut it to 50 last 30 seconds.
If someone does it in the last 30, we'll do 50.
50.
Deal. Deal. If not, I'll drink myself. If not, I'll drink myself.
20 seconds. Who's got us?
I'm doing the beer boot. If someone comes in with one, $100, we're doing a race. We're doing a race. Sue says 100's too much. It might be. Thing is, you're never going to get a cheaper beer boot race for $200 in Super Chats.
That would be the cheapest one you ever receive.
All right. I guess it's just me. Just a lone wolf up here. All by myself. Here we go. Here we go. Carlos says, do you think OG or Siakam is available to trade with the Raptors given that much money to their center? I don't see them making a trade to tear it down after they just gave Jakob Poeltl $80 million.
They're going to try to run it. They have a talented roster. I think they should.
I think they're going to try to run it back. Full season with Poeltl, full season with the crew.
So do you think, I wonder if that means Van Fleet.
I think Van Fleet might be going back.
I think he might be going back too. That's his home too.
Oh! Peter! Win! Bang! At the buzzer! Da-da-da! Da-da-da! Peter! 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 Win! Bang! Peter Win and CPJ, they close out the stream with a heroic fourth quarter effort. Rui Hachimura, 3-year, $51 million deal to the Lakers. Rui Hachimura back to the Lakers. What a day for the Los Angeles Lakers. You bring back Gabe Vincent, you get a veteran shooter, and then you bring back Rui Hachimura. Wow! Cam Reddish to the Lakers! Cam Reddish to the Lakers! Cam Reddish to the Lakers! Oh my God! Cam Reddish to the Lakers! Oh my Lord! Cam Reddish, you are a Los Angeles Laker. There's no room for him. Cam Reddish is probably on the minimum. Cam Reddish back to the Lakers. Rui Hachimura to the Lakers. I would say the Lakers might be free agency day one winners. Gabe Vincent, you get the shooter from the T-Wolves. 2-year deal with the Lakers.
Good for Cam. Hey, Rich, he's going to stay out the project now, so we're good.
Cam Reddish to the Lakers, LOL.
3 for 51. Wow. And how much did they give up at the trade deadline?
A couple of second-round picks.
For a really freaking hot team.
Yeah, Cam Reddish to the Lakers. Cam Reddish, don't you wish you play for the Knicks? Hey, that account blows. All right. Day one, here we go. That was dumb. That was so dumb. That was so dumb. My stomach's gonna explode. Whoa! Wait, is that fake? I gotta throw up. I wasn't ready for that. Rich Rob's back in the bill. All right, we're out of here. We'll see y'all later. If the Knicks make a move, we'll be back.